Peace. Good evening. I'd like to welcome you guys back to another edition of the Foul Playland. As always, I am Sir Foul Player of Brooklyn. 1 second, guys. As always, I am Sir Foul Player of Brooklyn. 1 second, guys. Sorry, I was making sure my playback is working properly. Anyhow, my apologies. Wanted to do this live stream regarding some of the events that have been transpiring lately in relation to the political event that's going to be happening next week, where you have Trump versus Kamala Harris. There has been much said this over the weekend regarding Trump insulting Puerto Rico or Puerto Ricans at his rally. I'm going to be touching on that too, because nobody could speak on it with more than I can, because I'm a Puerto Rican from New York City, which is the city in which Trump guest at his fascistic rally, which happened yesterday here in New York City at Madison Square Garden. There was a speaker that insulted the country of Puerto Rico, which my parents were both born in Puerto Rico. I consider myself a Puerto Rican. And I will tell you guys my opinion soon. Anyways, I also want to talk about how this race is faring from what I can see. I'm not an expert, but I know a lot of experts that were dead wrong in the 2020 race and in the 2016 race. I've seen experts be wrong more and more of late as a whole across our society. So I'm just giving you my perspective. Again, I'm a dude that doesn't live in New York right now. I'm from New York City. Yes, I go to New York City frequently. In fact, I was in New York City yesterday. I was in Manhattan. I was in Queens. Did I go to Brooklyn? No, I didn't go to Brooklyn. But I was in Brooklyn the week before that. I was in Manhattan the week before, like the same week. So I get around New York City, and I live very close to New York City. So I know a pulse. I consider myself pretty well versed in relation to what happens in my hometown. So I just give you my perspective as I see it. I mean, and I'm consider myself somebody who is pretty observant since I was a youngster. So I'm just giving you what I see. A lot of times, I think the stuff that I'm seeing, or the stuff the stuff that I predict based off what I'm seeing, is more on point than a lot of other people I see here on YouTube. So I'm just giving you my perspective. I'm not smarter than anybody. I'm a ninth grade dropout. But I'm just telling you from my view, I guess. All right. So in terms of the event that happened yesterday, as you guys know, and please, guys, feel free to comment if you guys want to jump on this panel as well. You're more than welcome to. I don't have nobody gets censored on this channel. Just don't put racist comments in my comment box, and we're Gucci. If you have racist stuff to say and you want to say it in a veiled fashion, by all means, I don't give a shit. Anybody can say anything they want. Like, it is what it is. The term I hate the most, or the phrase I hate the most. But again, if you agree with what I say, and you want to converse about it, I'll put the link out there. As long as you're not a creepazoid, you can come through and voice yourself. Debate if you want. Having said that, I'm going to give you my perspectives. I had to go to New York City yesterday, in spite of the fact that this Trump event was happening in Madison Square Garden. I had to go to Queens because a friend of mine from Vegas, he may be listening to this video as we speak. He came in from out of town, and I wanted to drop in on a day that I thought that I could skirt the traffic. So I chose yesterday, but because I didn't want to go during the week. I figured that this week is going to be a little bit hairy or nutty, So I'd rather not travel into New York City. So I said, screw it. Let me try to go yesterday. And I went yesterday since it was a Sunday. So I watched the Jet game and I dipped like at 4 o'clock. But Trump's speech was, I believe, starting at 5, according to like YouTube or the channels. Like, they were putting a start time of like 5. So I was kind of like riding like into the teeth of it, because no matter what, even from Jersey, if I want to go into Queens, I like where my neighborhood is in Jersey, I gotta go through Manhattan to get to Queens. A lot of times I gotta go through Manhattan to get to Brooklyn. The most like if I go into New York City, no matter what, for the most part, I gotta go into Manhattan before I go into Brooklyn, where I normally go, my mom's house, or to any other borough. You end up right there, like the Holland Tunnel leaves you into Manhattan. But I had to drive from the Lincoln Tunnel, I guess, like into Manhattan, into a ton of traffic because of this event that was happening with the speech, which I will tell you guys, the vibes in relation to like the people that I saw in and around that area, Midtown Manhattan, because again, I was outside of Lincoln Tunnel, not too far from MSG. MSG is on 34th. Lincoln Tunnel is on 34th. No, Lincoln Tunnel is on 40th. But I'm driving in very close relation, because I got to drive cross town in New York City, and I see a lot of the people that are in and around Madison Square Garden, people that were going walking towards Madison Square Garden, if you will. A lot of people in Madison Square Garden, like for instance, like if there's Knicks games in which they win, you guys can see videos online. A lot of people will show up to the outside of the garden, because there's a large pedestrian area outside of the garden where you could stand outside and chill. Like there's a lot of area in which you could walk. So I know a lot of people will go, and a lot of times they'll play what they're running in the garden outside on a screen of the Madison Square Garden. So I know a lot of people were intending on going to this event in New York with the knowledge or the foreknowledge that they weren't going to be able to get into Madison Square Garden, that their attendance to this event was going to be solely outside of New York City. And that a lot of people, I like, that's just what it is. And I know how Trump's other speeches in the past, like they had, like it's always said that they're packed out, or like that people are outside that want to come in. So I know a lot, like that area, which I had to drive in yesterday, no matter what, because I got out of Lincoln Tunnel to go to Queens. I knew that I was going to see people that were going to be walking towards that area, basically, or walking towards Madison Square Garden in my route, crossing Manhattan, the Isle of Manhattan, which I had to do yesterday to get to Queens. I thought that there was going to be more stupidity, because I'm going to be candid with you guys. Last year, you could have worn a Trump hat in New York City, and there's a reasonable chance that somebody may have punched you, especially if you're like an out-of-towner, like a white dude in a tourist area, more than like in the hood, honestly. Some crazy person may just cuff off on you, like, and especially now, like a lot, like there's not a lot of cops in the tourist areas. I could tell you that in the last like 4 years, 5 years, there's far less cops in New York City tourist areas than there was in the past. Like then when I was a kid, you couldn't really fight in Times Square like that and get away with it and not get arrested. You feel me? So, damn, what the hell point was I alluding to? Well, I know I'm going to cross the point that I was trying to make. But anyways, I'm just going to talk logistics in relation to New York or Times Square and whatnot. But I was seeing people all around that area, Midtown Manhattan, that were Trump fans, like, wearing Trump gear. What I wanted to say is that people would have last year, a couple months ago, even honestly, in some cases would have hit you or assaulted you if you wore a Trump hat. Not every time, but it was reasonable to expect that would happen in New York City just a year ago. I would even say 10 months ago, double-digit months ago, Now that wasn't the case. I saw that yesterday. the people that will walk into that event, I mean, you know, it's a crowd that you could tell there's a lot of New Yorkers, but there was also non-New Yorkers, but the non-New Yorkers weren't from like Tennessee or something. They would look like they were once New Yorkers, I guess. A lot of them, like the Jersey crowd, Long Island crowd, but a lot of them were New Yorkers. They just looked like hood dudes, Puerto Rican cats, black dudes wearing MAGA gear, wearing all redded out American flags, and the vibes. I mean, from what I saw, everybody walking around, I mean, like there was no chance for you to single somebody out. Anywhere I drove yesterday, crossing Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan, where I saw a lot of people wearing MAGA red and, you know, American flags, it didn't seem as if there was any block that I drove through where you could be singled out and like be picked off. Because I mean, it was everybody was wearing it. Everybody was wearing MAGA hats, American flags, boom boxes, cars. I mean, like you name it. Like, you know, and I didn't drive anywhere near like MSG, but like the closest I got to MSG, let's say, was probably like 4 blocks away from MSG. So I'm seeing this crowd from where the police is kind of like cordoning crosstown traffic to, which is like 40th Street, 42nd Street. Again, MSG is 34th Street in Manhattan, guys. If you guys don't know New York, or if anybody's trying to say that I don't live in New York or like tries to front like I'm not from New York or like eat shit, you know, like no room for emotional debates in with the Sir Foul Playski. I'm gonna show my grill in a few minutes too. I'm just getting comfortable though. But it was all love, it seemed like, man. Like the weather was really beautiful. Like nobody was on no drama shit. Nobody was cuffing off and punching no Trump fans, like what you would have gotten in New York 6 months ago, honestly. I'm not lying to you guys. The momentum in New York City and across the country, you guys know what it is. I'm not trying to single anything out. My video title is still Kamala is still winning. The second part I'm gonna get to in a minute, as far as Trump insulting Puerto Ricans, from what they're running with in the media. Again, nobody could speak upon this more than I am. Not only am I from New York City, from the largest borough, Brooklyn, but I am also Puerto Rican. I am Puerto Rican. I'm offended. I am offended. But anyways, so nobody could again, remember, nobody could speak but I'm the authority in this department. I'm telling you guys right now, I don't want nobody trying to stepping over me or trying to step over the kid. I know I may look white. I know I enunciate. I have a decent grip of the English language, but trust me, my friends, I am Puerto Rican. Even though my political affiliations in the last 4 or so years, I guess, has shifted somewhat. Even though I really didn't vote in the first place, but believe you me, guys, I am a straight up Puerto Rock from Puerto Rico. See, I showed my grill, like, so I get the point across, but I'm gonna go back to the stop cam. Yeah, but it was all love from what I saw. No drama. You know, there was on TV, I saw a protest crowd that did show up. They were posted up outside of the post office building, which is near Penn Station. And it was like 500 of them. And you could tell like somebody's paying for them to show up. All of them had like the same signs, like the same, you know, and it was all printed out like these like nice looking plastic 6-foot signs. Every one of them had it. They all look like inbreds. A bunch of like white women, white dudes, you know, for the most part. A few washed up, emotional people, minorities sprinkled amongst them, and that was it. All of them with these, you know, shirts or gear that would normally cost money in any other scenario. But this is the most anti-Trump that New York pulled, even though they knew Trump was speaking in the epicenter of the world, Madison Square Garden, New York City, yesterday. The most opposition that they could drum up was 500 people. Again, this is in the heart of New York. It wasn't because a bunch of rednecks showed up. This is the kind of people that, if honestly rednecks showed up on some racist shit, that everybody there would beat the shit out of them. Because, at the end of the day, I mean, like, I don't care. Like, I talk to where I live, like, not in New Jersey. There's a lot of people that are New Yorkers, like, or next New Yorkers, like that. You talk to that are Italian or black dudes, Spanish dudes, and you'll never get a set tripping kind of conversation like, oh, like for instance, like I'm a young Puerto Rican dude. Like if I talk to like an Italian guy, like, or we find out we're from New York, like, it's always love. Like that'd be the first thing that takes over the conversation, like people that are ex-New Yorkers, like that live like in towns like mine, like in New Jersey or anywhere. You get what I'm saying? Like, we wax poetic, like as far as like ex-New Yorkers, but we always, as New Yorkers, grew up around black dudes. We always grew up around Latin cats. We always grew up around Italian cats. We always grew up around Greek cats. They will always sprinkle Jewish people. You take the same trains as them. I mean, they may not be necessarily in your community. My community is pretty mixed. But the core of like these people that were showing up are like me. I mean, like I'm definitely no pussy, but I'm pretty non-current liberal, if you will, today. But I have family members that are black. My grandfather's black. My little nephew Jack is black. My cousins are black. The people from my building, black. The crew that I ran with, black. Black. And also remember, guys, I'm Puerto Rican, so I'm an authority on the subject, on all these subjects. But anyhow, there was no identity politics happening yesterday. The people that showed up that were in opposition to the Madison Square Garden event, were a very limited crowd. I'm giving them more credit than what they deserve, but they probably had. I'm giving them more numbers. 500 people, maybe. Again, look it up yourself. They were only situated in one spot, which was outside of the library that's right beside Penn Station in New York City. I don't know the exact name of that library. Look it up yourself. It's up to you to prove me wrong, I guess. I'm telling you something, you prove me wrong. A lot of current day leftists, they'll try to throw some like factoid in your face and try to get you to prove it on a fly, like, or send you down some rabbit hole. And it's usually, where you got to be on the defensive. 2024, we can't talk like that, peoples. We can't talk like that, my people. So we ain't going to do that here on Certified Player of Brooklyn's channel. If you guys have come on to my more current content, before I continue regarding cats, listen, and I have I'm in the cat community. Like, there's no fronting on my part. You could tell from the stuff I put up, but there's a big time liberal presence in the cat community, and there's a big time female presence in the cat community too. So these and I know I say that candidly, but I'm not gonna front. I've had 4 years of where people guilt you into like really not defending your political perspectives of late because of some emotional conversation that gets attached to it. But listen, I only talk properly, so but a lot of times, I don't want to start having to prove metal and whatnot in the midst of a political discussion. But again, if you guys have come on like to my recent cat stuff, listen, I still work with cats. I'm not like but these are my political perspectives. Do with it what you will. not trying to front on anybody. And I really do work with cats. I'm actually getting 2 more tomorrow, babies. One of them might be adopted though. We found out it was a boy. The one that's most popular on my channel, the cat named Bunny. Thought he was a girl, and somebody, I guess, saw the nuggets today. He's a little baby boy. He's really cute though, so he's really sweet. But we're getting 2 more. So I still do this. Still loading cat content. I'm gonna put a cat video later. But I'm just giving my perspective of what I see. Period. You know, I talk to people in my neighborhood. My mother didn't vote for Donald Trump. My older brother didn't vote for Donald Trump. My friends, by and large, in 2020, didn't vote for Donald Trump. And I'm talking about my core group of friends that are largely from my neighborhood, Sunset Park, Brooklyn. Most of them, by and large, in addition to many of the people in my neighborhood, Sunset Park, Brooklyn, have swung their allegiance with the fascist. With the fascist. The man who pays Puerto Ricans. But it's because of, and the reason that happens, you know, a lot of these leftists or people who side with leftists, you know, they don't stop to think like, you know, why are people, it's a really simple question. Why are plenty of black people, black men, which are now a group that's divided, separated, attacked, black men? You're wrong. Totally wrong for some of you. Not all of you, but more of you than last time are suddenly swinging your vote to the conservative side of the fence. Shame on you. Shame. But, you know, but they don't, leftist or leftist lunatics or people that debate leftist lunatics perspective, particularly here on YouTube, won't ask themselves, why are these people going? They'll just try to frame it as, oh, it's racism. These people are brainwashed. They're racisms. They got brainwashed by racisms, you know, and I've heard that since 2020. You know, it's a lot easier for people that are coming around to like this conservative stuff or anti-leftist stuff in 2024. But trust me, it was plenty harder for me, like trying to contend these points. I'll have like virtual pussies like tell me, oh, you know, you must be some kind of racist or something, like stuff like that. And you know, what's your answer? I'm not racist. Oh, like fucking bugging, bro. Like that's what the political discussion has turned into. But at this stage, listen, everything's popping off all at once, seemingly. 2024, 2025 is upon us. We're a week away from the election. Battles popping off internationally all over the place. Who knows? Not being ominous or wanting to fill anybody with any sense of dread, but if any time to be candid, or if there's any time to be candid and not give a shit, how could it not be now? Again, for anybody brave enough to contend any of the notions that I put forth to you, if you're man or woman enough, or they, them, he, whatever enough, if you're trans enough to contend against her foul player of Brooklyn, I challenge you. I challenge you, you bastard. Come to my channel and get toasted by the nah. I don't want to come off as that much cocksure. I don't know that much. I know what I know. But I know leftist people for the most part are brainwashed and retarded, emotional. I can't say that R word, but emotional, without logic, nonsensical, and I could contend those notions any day of the week. For anybody who wants to debate them, but I don't get many people wanting to debate here within this platform. Even though I know the people that listen to it after the fact are more along the lines of maybe not conservative, but hopefully, I may switch, flip the script on some of you guys, like, and get you guys to start thinking of these things differently. Start thinking of anything that you do in a really strategic fashion. If you run on emotion, which a lot of Latin people, Black people, we run on emotion. So highly emotional people, trust me. And this is coming from somebody who, even in recent years, I mean, I was a more, way more emotional than I am now, and my political viewings were far different than I am now. You smell me? So, but I also know how my people are. Which, when I say my people, Hispanic, Black people, New Yorkers, Hispanic, Black people across the country, if you will, America. Um, I know we get emotional when we discuss these things, but I think we also got duped into the emotion. I think we got duped into thinking that politically one side is more racist than the other. Um, I look at things from that perspective. I look at things as if politically, we have no friends. So for me to align myself with one group of people without them offering up anything to me back to back all the time, and then bitching about how nothing changes politically or how the condition doesn't change for our people, it's a joke. And people that talk like that in 2024, I mean, like, at the end, like, this is I mean, I'm not like saying what you should do with your life, but they should be largely ignored at a minimum. At a minimum, these emotional people that are amongst them are the most corrosive. The dudes in the hood that are the biggest goons, that are the biggest troublemakers, are the biggest emotional people too. So would I mind getting rid of a few emotional people that cause damage, or that are like goonish dudes that I know, like goonish dudes that stir shit up in the hood, real life stuff where hand cannons get drawn? Do I think emotional people of that ilk should be yammed up or shouldn't be listened to? Absolutely. I think emotional people from every perspective, I mean, should be largely ignored in 2024. Period. And then we work from that perspective. That's what I do personally. If it works for you, otherwise, like, listen, fantastic. For me, I think that's how I look at it. I look at everybody as if they're the ops from Jump Street. That's my how I look at things. I don't like try to think, all right, this guy's on my side, that guy's on my side, this one's on my side, because everybody's trying to BS me. But what I do know, though, living in liberal New York City, living in liberal New York State, being educated in the liberal New York City school system, I know that, or also going to or seeing how the New York City court system, liberal New York City judges get down in the New York City liberal court system, which was basically putting dudes under the jail from my whole childhood. I mean, how many people do I know that like are just getting released now? I mean, I'm like an old man now. A lot of my friends are just getting released now. I mean, actually, my little brother just got sent up 2 years. I mean, 3 years. 3 years. My little brother. You smell me? So I'm talking what I know. My little brother went to jail, like just got sentenced 3 years in the New York. And I'm not saying well, I'm not going to speak on his case in any case, but I've seen the negative benefactors of the New York City system in general, the liberal New York City system, which is largely run by people who are of ethnicity of a country in the Middle East, is highly racist. It's highly, in a way of, we could definitely put you under the jail or classify you as some kind of felon for 4 years, 10 years at a time. miseducate you and make it seem like you're just this. Your best hope is to have some sort of dependency on the a system. I've lived through that system, and again, I consider myself I'm not the most observant person, but I'm pretty observant. Like I have been interested in politics since I was a youngster. I've been interested. I always say it on this channel. In real estate since I was a youngster. In spite of the fact that I'm not like a real estate person outright like that, like I always, it's just things that interest me. They still interest me, but I'm giving you my perspective in addition to also, more importantly than anything, 100% hood person, 100%. And I'm no like, never been a songbird either. I mean, I talk nice. I mean, I talk and I enunciate, but I've never, when anybody who knows me from my neighborhood, and I always say my neighborhood on this platform in past stories and whatnot, they know I've never been a songbird. Your friend was out the house early, and I'm not saying I'm the black belt in the street life, but I was definitely in the streets. More than dudes that were considered Goonies, and I was never a songbird, never a herb in no street, none, zero. Having said that, though, and I'm out of there now. I mean, I'm definitely not living in the hood, and I'm definitely, hopefully, for the love of God, I don't end up in the hood living there any longer. I watched this show, The Penguin, on HBO recently, and that shit looks like how New York is looking more and more now. And I definitely don't want to end up living in the hood in New York. The last place I lived in the last couple months in New York was more hood than or more nasty looking apartment than what you would see in that show, The Penguin, for reference. I got comments. Mark Nash, my bro. How you doing, Mark Nash? Yo, I got to compliment the Sherlin too, bro. I love Sherlin Coles, bro. Peace, Mark Nash. And if you guys please subscribe to Mark Nash TV. Extremely dedicated content creator, music, sports, boxing, finding really good boxing channels, especially nowadays. They're a dying breed, and ones that are committed to the fact. Anybody that comes to YouTube, listen, I like that comes more committed like than I am. Like I give them much love. I'm not committed at all to this YouTube thing. There's a rat pussy that I don't get along with called I Am True Will, for instance. In spite of the fact that I don't like him, he comes on here often, but and I got to give it up. I mean, he's a creature at best, spineless, no balls. But I got to give up the fact that, in terms of YouTube, like, or coming on to YouTube, it's hard. But when you're actually a good channel like Mark Nash TV, especially in terms of like boxing, political talk, and people that come on every night or just about every night, you got to give it up. But much love to Mark Nash TV. You guys please subscribe to Mark Nash TV. Let me see. Opt. I don't know. Maybe it was something I mentioned earlier, but if you could frame it, let me know. But and me and Mark Nash TV don't agree politically. I mean, one iota. I mean, currently, but that's okay. I just like the discourse of any and I'm anti anybody saying that we shouldn't discourse things. Everything should be talked about, especially now. It's scary, like right now, that a large contingent in this world, really powerful people, are outright telling us that they don't want certain things to be discussed. Listen, like when you look at Trump, like in terms of big tech, like with Twitter before Elon Musk owns it. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but I think in the days after January 6th, I'm not sure what particular day immediately after January 6th, but he was censored from Twitter. And I thought that was a travesty. for the First Amendment in this country. You know that the commander in chief, he had lost the selection in terms of at that stage, but I'm not sure what he said either. But they used two tweets, I think, or one tweet to make it seem like as if he had incited something or he had the capability to incite something. It was nothing crazy, but he was taken off Twitter for years after that. I think up until Elon Musk bought the platform, he was still censored off Twitter. 1 second, guys. I gotta take a drink. But how dangerous is that? I mean, the fact that a platform like Twitter or anywhere like would say that somebody who's that important, in spite of you whether you agree with him or not, whether you want to rationalize like whether he's a danger or not, like nobody should really be censored. I think there's not, to me, there's not a reason for anybody to be censored. Even the people that are currently censored, none of them should be censored. Period. Zero. At all. That's just, I'm not saying that you should agree with my political perspective in terms of free speech or in terms of the First Amendment, more importantly. Well, actually, no, free speech, more importantly, same shit. But because free speech is a God-given right. But again, you may not agree with me. I think we got corralled or suckered into well, if we rationalize this as being something that shouldn't be said, then that person should be silenced. That's bullshit to me. Zero. And that's including racisms. The dreaded racisms. Oh, I got more commentary. Link, I'll put it up right now. I got a hot loogie first, though, because I know you're coming to bring the smoke in my direction, Mr. Mark Nash. Let me see. When are you going to discuss them saying Puerto Rico is a floating island of garbage? Oh, I was going to get to that soon. That comedian was super racist and bombed. He likely was. I mean, I didn't know he was bombed. And I did see the comedian. I've heard of him before, the one you mentioned, the one that did that speech thing. I think they call it's Nick something, but they call him like Nick, like another name, like a fake last name. And people said that it was Vivek Ramaswamy said that, oh, I wasn't on stage when it happened, like being defensive, and that I didn't find it as a good joke. Like, was I busting out laughing like when I heard it? I mean, no. But do I give one iota regarding political jokes or even racism jokes? Absolutely not. Zero. I used to crack racism jokes amongst peoples that I'm still cool with, who for the most part aren't even Puerto Rican. My friend group, I mean, if you look up anybody who's on my Facebook from real life, there's a few YouTube people that are on my Facebook from real life. But besides like work friends, which you could tell like they're like oblong looking white people, like work friends, or like, and a mix of everything else. But the people that look to be like hood dudes, which are people that I know from Brooklyn, it's not like I have every friend in Facebook like looking for people. Like, no, not one bit. I don't have and low hundreds. You don't even see that many Puerto Ricans there. You know, for the most, you see an even number of black cats. So I could speak from that perspective. But we used to rank on each other for anything. We used to rank on each other's mothers. I used to rank on people's ethnicity. I used to rank on people's deformities at times. Was it right? Absolutely. I mean, actually, I don't give a shit. No, because it was funny back then, bro. I used to like, everybody did that in the hood. I mean, and if anybody who's from the hood and said that wasn't happening is front. And that could be a black hood, that could be a Latin hood, that could be a white hood. And I say that more white hood or white neighborhoods because a lot of white people nowadays act like they're the most like non-racist. I never had a racist bone in my body. Liberal white people, especially. And that's a big time front job. Liberals look at everything through the perspective of race. And I mean, the way liberals look at other races, particularly Black and Spanish people, they look at us like we can't think for ourselves. So to me, that's racist in itself. And I've always seen that. I've always seen liberals be jerk offs in New York City, at least. Again, I do have some knowledge of the world outside of New York City. I travel a lot nowadays, not internationally anymore. Like I keep my travels to where I could drive, but I travel all over the East Coast, from Florida to Maine, literally. It's on my videos. Traveled to Cali, you name it. My friend who visited me from Vegas yesterday, I'm gonna go out and see him really soon. Like so, I get around, and I usually when I go to places, I never go to tourist areas. Zero. Never seen me catch. Never seen one video of me anywhere outside of New York City in some tourist area. Zero. I mean, I'm not saying I put up a ton of those things, but I mean, that's not what I like. What how I travel. I'm not shitting on anybody that does. But I do travel a lot. I go to cities a lot. I see how they're falling apart currently. I see how New York, more than anything, is falling apart currently. I'm gonna give you the link right now to Big Mark. I just want to finish. Look, hold on. Let me show you Mark now, so you don't think I'm fronting. And I want to preface it too. I just want to finish this little bit of water so I could hudaka into this bottle. But again, I mean, I'm observant of what I've of the places that I've traveled to and the conversations that I hear people having, the conversations that people have with me. Everything's falling apart. You can't front about it. We can't all front about it. One candidate is offering nothing. The other candidate is actually breaking down things and going to these rallies and talking about things long term, going in front of the press, like Joe Rogan, the biggest streamer or whatever you call it, podcast in the world, and sitting down for 3 hours. Like, is there a lot of run-on, non applicable conversation and happening at times? Yeah, but at least he's putting a lot of shit out there. Like, there's the other candidate ain't putting shit out there. She's still winning though. Kamala's still winning. Again, if you look at the title of my video, guys, Kamala is still winning. And Trump did somebody at the Trump rally insulted Puerto Rico and Puerto Ricans. But again, I'm not saying that Trump is winning one iota. The polls as of now, though, have it basically in a lock as of this Monday, which was rare to see, because at this stage, Biden, Clinton had substantial leads against Trump at this stage of the game in their respective races. The mainstream media today, a lot of the stories I was seeing had a lot the swing states as ties in many swing states, or had Trump winning in some of the swing states. So I mean, like, this race is going to be crazy, and I want to detail every aspect of it, but I'm not getting caught up either way. I need to know everything I could. And listen, I'm going to tell you guys candidly, I've listened to basically every single piece of press that Kamala Harris has put out there since she was announced as the Democratic candidate. Again, she wasn't selected. I mean, she wasn't elected. She was cooed in there for the most part into this race. But since she's been in this race, since it's been July maybe, I made it a point of trying to listen to every piece of press that Kamala Harris has put out there. I'm going to tell you the one that I haven't listened to, which was the one that was a podcast called Call Her Daddy, some shit, some like white girl. I did listen to clips of that one, but otherwise I listened to every piece of press that Kamala Harris puts out there. And that's not a feat that should grant me much credit, solely because Kamala Harris don't put any information out there. The woman doesn't speak. She doesn't speak to the press. She doesn't get out there in front of crowds and talk and break things down and like tell you what policy is gonna give the American people, very clear regarding the border. At best, in terms of migrant border crisis, whatever have you, the best that we get from her is that she's going to sign the border bill into effect. That border bill is trash. That border bill just gives 1,500 border agents to have them do what they're doing now, which is basically allowing migrants to come in and screening them. They're basically going to hire more border patrol agents, give more money to other countries. That's what this bill had in it, essentially. And keep the migrant crisis what it is right now. Where right now they'll probably quell the migrants coming in a little bit. They're still coming in. They're flying them in. But right now they'll quell the migrant crisis at the border politically. But then should this woman get in office, I mean, she could just say, like, go right back to how we were doing with the migrants last year. Let them all in. I don't want that. Most people don't want that. The border bill doesn't stop migrants coming in one bit. Don't worry about it. I'm good. Enjoy your show and water. I'll holler at you later. Oh no, you come through. Hold on. I'll put the link out there, bro. Like, my bad, bro. Copy. No, I want to hawk a loogie, and I honestly do notice when other people alleviate themselves of phlegm, and I always sonically I just can't stand it. Like when somebody does it on YouTube, when they hawk a loogie out the car. I've done it myself too. I just can't stand. I think it's I can't stand. I just can't think of phlegm personally. Let me just stop. But Mark Nash, if you want to come through, that link is there. I mean, for anybody that does want to come through and debate respectfully, you're welcome to utilize this link as well. You do not Mark Nash, but if somebody else were to come through, I do want to see your grill before your face before I allow you on here, because I don't want somebody to try to prank the stream out of existence. But again, Mark Nash, if you want to come through, sorry about that. I'm going on and on and on, but I did want to let me finish this bottle in the event that you do come back. And I'll also talk about the comedian. The comedian discussed or mentioned a joke regarding a floating island of garbage that was in the Caribbean or in the I'm not sure exactly where, like what body of water, before somebody tries to correct that facet of what I'm saying. And he said, I was talking about Puerto Rico. Do I like that a white guy is insulting Puerto Rico? Absolutely not. I don't care if he's a conservative, you name it. Am I like offended, like to where like that would swing my vote? Not one bit, because I'm not even offended like that, honestly. Like I haven't gone to PR in a minute, but everybody I know goes to PR often. And I actually got stuff going on in PR, and I haven't been there for a minute. But anything you hear of PR, I mean, it's beautiful, it's nice. But will you like? Is there a chance that you could get murked in PR? Absolutely. There's more of a chance of you to get murked in PR than there is in New York City, in the hood in New York City. Like PR like is straight up a lot of it. I mean, like from what I see and like from what everybody tells me, like as dope city. That's heroin all over the place. We had fentanyl in PR before it came to New York. You know, that's been a problem. Like, I mean, I'm not saying like I love my island, of course. Like I always root. I'll never say, "Oh, I'm an American." When I identify myself, I'm straight up body Puerto Rican, 100%, more than anything. And yes, in spite of the fact that I'll tell you my granddad is black or my family's black, but I'm 100% Puerto Rican from New York. You heard? But am I? Is that something that is rampant amongst the conservative base? This joke that this guy said? Absolutely not. And Vivek Ramaswamy said a point that George Lopez at the Kamala rally made a joke inferring that Mexicans were thieves or something to that effect. I don't know. Let me put the stream thing, the StreamYard thing. Finish my water. And what Vivek Ramaswamy was inferring to in that George Lopez, the comedian that was a guest speaker, I guess, at the Kamala rally, mentioned something in a joke regarding Mexicans being thieves. I didn't hear it. I don't listen to the Kamala rallies for the guest speakers. Not one bit. Because it's gonna be some pasty white carpet muncher, I don't need to or some skinny, confused, young person, nasally, dude. I'm straight on that. I'm good. I don't need to listen to I need to listen to the woman that's giving me the policies. Either Waltz or Kamala. Waltz is an idiot. You can't bring me many press in which Waltz doesn't look like a befuddled fool. Just almost as bad as Kamala. Actually, Kamala is really bad because Kamala is almost as bad as Biden. But Biden had an excuse. Biden actually had brain rot. Kamala, a lot of from what I see, I'm gonna tell you my honest opinion, peoples. This is from somebody who's been around people that drink nose beers, if you get my drift. That white stuff. It looks like our girl has a little issue with that, from what I see. That kind of far off, wiry look, unprepared in a sense. And there's a lot of people that are known to dabble in the nose candy that are overly prepared, that are fired up and on point, doing trade deals, politicians that do. I know a lot of that there's rumors that politicians have dealt with the nose candy since nose candy has been a thing. But it seems like they get things done. They could discuss things to you and break things down. Kamala ain't breaking down shit. Not a thing. I mean, what is it that she's said that's enticing to anyone? Especially you black men. I mean, because personally, listen, the deal that Kamala Harris offered Hispanic men or Hispanics was better than the deal that she offered black people. Muchas gracias, Kamala. As a Puerto Rican, I support Kamala because our deal was better than the deal that she offered black people. Is this what we settling for? Is this what we settling for, my peeps? I'm just asking. The other day I was speaking on something no, not speaking on, I was on one of these channels giving comments, and it's not Mark Nash either, but a different channel altogether was I mentioned something in relation to the migrant crisis affecting black people, which is 100% true in relation to what I've seen: New York City, Brooklyn, the town of my people, the town where my mama still lives, Brooklyn, New York. Ton of migrants all up in the hood. They're all over the place, crowding our school systems, crowding our transportation systems, screwing up traffic because every one of them has an electric bike that goes 30 miles an hour. So even though New York City is getting rid of vehicular traffic, they allow unlicensed motorized bicycle traffic. Ridiculous. Hate it. But nobody of my ilk, which again, I don't have. I'm trying to think if I have white friends in New York, my peoples. Let me hawk my loogie while I think if I have white friends in New York. Stand by. I don't think so that currently live there. I'm trying to think. I know a few white people that still live in New York, but do I have white friends in New York? Not really. I don't think so. Maybe one, and he's not from my neighborhood. I mean, but Besides that, I don't think so. Everybody who I know is from New York is a quote unquote minority. We can't but excuse me, none of them like this migrant crisis. I'm telling you right now, guys, I can't say that I know the temperature in New York as it pertains to like this week, let's say. Because it changes every day. That momentum keeps swinging in only one direction. What the hell is this thing in my face for? I'm over here, like I got this beautiful face. I'm over here hiding it with this StreamYard link that nobody wants to utilize. But but in spite of the fact that my link isn't being utilized, I do want to thank you guys. Anybody that listens to the stream now or after the fact, I need all the help I could get, people. The algorithm does exist, and I suspect I could prove that it doesn't help conservative channels, and certainly I have proof that it helps liberal channels, especially recently. In spite of that, if you do listen to this channel, like, subscribe, share. If you're here for this channel because of the cat videos that I put up, listen, in spite of the fact that I support a fascist, I'm a Puerto Rican that supports the fascistics. He was on a platform. News reporter said he was on a platform with the worst person in the world, Joe Rogan. That bastard, Joe Rogan. No, but in spite of that, though, like, listen, guys, if you're here for the cats, fantastic. I still fucks with the cats. Don't think of me any differently because of my recent political affiliation. Again, when it comes to some liberal principles, I've always been extremely liberal. I've never gave a shit who marries who. Go for it. I don't think you should pay for healthcare, especially if you're an American citizen. What else? College should be free. The hell you pay for college for? It's ridiculous. That way, if the government foots that bill, they would lead people away from stupidity in the colleges and lead them to more of the trades, which you need a lot of. Engineers, if you are also. So I'm very liberal in many instances. I always have been. I'm anti-war. That's another thing I'm liberal. And always been a liberal person in regards to like my political leanings. Still anti, and everything I just mentioned, I'm still this way. So even amongst liberal circles in the 90s, some of those things that I just mentioned were left of standard liberal circles. You feel me? But what the leftists have done to the Democratic Party, I mean, not only do I see no good in it in the current political picture that I see, but also I got to start going back and looking back at the recent history of how we got here, especially my people. You know, I mean, because I think we're at a crossroads. I think these things might happen every so often, like in which my people are at crossroads in this country, particularly, and it doesn't happen that often. But I think it's pretty evident that some people want us to remain in a certain condition for a long time, where others are saying, fuck it. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse, but screw it. Let's try to go out on our own. And I ain't say screw it. Let's go support this Trump. Like, no. A lot of what one group of people are telling us politically is that as a Puerto Rican person or as a Black person, which my family is only littered with Puerto Ricans and Black people, that as a Puerto Rican or a Black person, that you should be a dependent baby class for the rest of your life because racisms exist. It's basically telling me like to be scared of some white people in perpetuity. I mean, not only am I not scared of anybody, but in my travels, I mean, I don't get one. The most racist vibes I've ever got in my life has been in New York, point blank, without question. New York liberals are the most racist, scumbag, piece of shit people that I've ever encountered in my life, without question. They're the most apathetic. They're the most emotionless. They're the most vapid. They could give two shits who they evict when they wanted gentrification in the late 90s to throughout the 2000s and current day. They could care less. When gentrification first started happening, you got to understand, guys, that that was around the time in which stop and frisk was popping off. So, I mean, in spite of stop and frisk popping off and what politician put that into effect in New York because of their political leanings, yeah, they don't care though. If they want something to pop off, i.e., like if they want people to leave New York by force, black people and Spanish people, they'll let a little stop and frisk pop off for a few years. That's how the political game is played in New York. I'm not, and what we get caught up in is like, oh, well, this political party did or that political party did it. No. Listen, if you've been screwed by politics as a black or Latin person, if your claim to me is that you've been screwed by the political system as a black or Spanish person in this country since your people have been in this country, then how is it that we keep voting the same way? You smell me? You know, and it seems that as if a lot of the people that cry politically will cry politically for 3 months. I mean, 3 years and about 6 months. And then they'll go right back into telling you, well, these racist conservatives, 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 like, you know, and you get tricked into it. I've been tricked into it. I'm telling you, as somebody who doesn't vote, like that, I've been tricked into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm telling you from the perspective of before there was woke, I was woke. Before there was woke, there was conscious, and I was conscious before there was a conscious community in New York City. And the time in which I was living in New York City, when I was in my early 20s, like the person that I figuratively had anonymity with was the cop who were some of them white, but by and large like white, but that were just brutalizing Spanish and black people in New York, or that were stopping and frisking, whatever have you. That from my perspective, that was the worst of the worst when I was living in New York. Up until like maybe 3 or 4 years prior to me leaving New York. I think I left New York in 2016, I believe. And again, throughout this whole time that I left New York, quote unquote, I still go to New York just about every week. I mean, multiple times a week. But in my eyes, I thought that that was our biggest issue as black and Latin people. Listen, that's not, like, to me, that's not even an issue. I'm gonna tell you guys straight up. I'm gonna tell, and this is by somebody who's been fucked up by the cops. Like a lot of y'all that talk shit about like being brutalized by police. None of you, like, y'all songbirds, bro. Y'all just riff at cops at most. From what I think, like, y'all never been fucked up by the cops. Y'all never been punched by the cops. Your boy's been punched by the cops, or your broski right here has been punched by the cops more than once. Like, where we at though? We want to compare piss streams. So to me, that was the biggest problem that the minority community had in New York City, from my perspective. Again, somebody who lived in New York his whole life, in the hood. But once I started riffing in political circles in New York City, or in my neighborhood, community meetings about gentrification, that's when the liberals switched it up in New York. And I never saw liberals, white liberals, work in a fashion in my adult life until then. And then at that point, they started separating men. Oh, well, it's one of these macho guys. Like, like whenever somebody would speak up, they would call out a identifier of you that didn't have to do with your race. And it would be mostly women. And it was basically like guilting you away from an argument, steering you into certain arguments. But now that I'm older and I'm out of that situation, the way in which they were doing it in hindsight had to have been financed, or had to have been planned. Now that I look at things like from the outside, Michael Johnson boxing talking more. Yo, Michael Johnson boxing talking more, because when you just said your name, it had like blue. Are you a moderator on my channel? Because I don't even know how to do make a moderator, bro. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, but let me know if you're a moderator. And I don't know how to do it anymore. Oh, I saw a little wrench on your thing. I want to make Mark Nash a moderator. Yeah, yo, Michael Johnson, I'm a little bored. If you want to jump, Paul, if you want to come swing by your friend's channel, my friend, you're more than welcome to. No smoke either, bro. I love you, bro. You know I love you. I mean, we don't agree politically, like, but I don't gotta prove how cool me and my man's Mr. Johnson boxing talking more. Mike Johnson.
What's happening, man?
Living in Jersey City too. I mean, so it's like 20. When I first left New York, Mike, and that's when I first met you. I remember the first time I heard you too, bro. I was like, when I was in Jersey City, and I became cool with you probably a couple weeks after. Yo, how you doing, bro?
Oh, excellent. Just ate a sandwich.
Was it delicious?
It was all right, man. I just don't feel like cooking nothing. So
you gonna come here defending that liberal broad, bro? What's up, bro? Talk to me, man. Are you gonna
come? I didn't know what you were talking about. What you talking about?
No, in general, I was just shooting off, man. Like I was hoping that you would come and give me a break, bro, because I need water, bro. But you tell me, Michael Johnson, are you gonna come here defending these leftists, bro, and trying to throw stones at Mr. T? You tell me.
Hey, man, I throw stones at both of them. So you know what I'm saying? It's like,
tell me what, yo. But what, like, because I was just talking about that actually. Could you speak on the Puerto Rican thing, like the joke that the guy said in Madison Square Garden while I took a drink of water?
I could talk about it. I just thought we all know what people say around Trump. We all know the things that Trump has said, and for him to say that at that rally, it kind of like goes right into the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Of whether or not it's shithole countries and people eating dogs, cats, and geese and shit, and just been scaring people all the time, telling black people to watch out, the immigrants is coming for your jobs. I mean, it goes all the way down into the same rabbit hole, and that wasn't the only thing that was said in there too. So black people in watermelon and shit.
No, tell us, because I didn't listen to the whole speech yet. I just saw the highlight of that guy.
No, I just saw the clip. I didn't. Yeah, I ain't got time to be watching those 6 hours.
You've heard of though? Put it out there now though, because I ain't hear anything.
You didn't hear anything? Well, I didn't hear anything too.
I didn't listen to it.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I was saying it earlier because that I had to go into New York City yesterday to see my man's that came in from out of town. And I don't listen to all the Trump speeches, but I listen to more Kamala speeches than I do Trump. But if you have what you hear about the jokes and stuff or anything you heard like insulting?
Well, I just talked about one. I just talked about one with the Puerto Rican shit. Talking about some floating trash in the middle of the ocean. You know what I'm saying? And then the other one, I forgot what he said about black folks and watermelon. Somebody else said, it just all goes down to the same thing. Everybody around Trump, including himself, always are saying suspect things, and then we going right back into the rabbit hole of this is, I guess their talking points.
Mike, let me ask you something on a personal level. Have you ever said racist jokes?
Racist
I
jokes?
have.
Like
I've
what?
said them many times. I've said them many times. Me
Yeah, but
personally.
yeah, okay. Since you want to hit on that, first, I would say it's a time and place. Um, and also I would say is you know what he said about Hitler, how they attacked black folks with DEI, how they attacked black folks with not wanting to
No, just the
teach
racist
about
jokes.
slavery. Hold on. Because I'm getting somewhere with it.
No, but what about racist jokes though? You think it's
No,
inappropriate?
I'm getting to there with that.
Okay.
I'm getting to there with that because basically what I'm trying to say is that there's a whole atmosphere of racist shit that's being said, or racist shit being said about from people around Trump outside of this rally before he said the Puerto Rican joke. There's stuff being said outside of that. You know what I'm saying? That's turning people off. You know, that's why I'm talking about is have I ever said a racist joke? I said there's a time and a place because when everything around you is surrounding you, from white nationalists to neo-Nazis, to Turning Point USA, to that whole
Now
Project
you're reaching though,
2025.
Mike.
No,
You're
I'm not reaching. I'm not reaching because all of this stuff is surrounding him. All of this stuff is surrounding him. And then you go into a rally and then you put somebody on there and you allow them to say stuff like this. It's not reaching. It's
you know what? To me, like in spite of the fact that I don't like my island being bashed, bro. I'm Puerto when I like, and I like I said, I tell people here, like my grandfather's black, my brother's black, my family. I have a lot of black people, but I'm Puerto Rican through and through, 100%. In spite, and I don't like my island being shit on. And if it were a U.S. and I'm a patriot as well. If it was USA against Puerto Rico in any sort of competition, I'm rooting for Puerto Rico every day of the week. I don't care if I have family on the USA team. I definitely don't like my island to be bashed. However, if this is in today's political climate in which it seems like you can't even joke about anything, a step in the direction of you could say whatever the fuck you want, or this is the party in which you could say whatever you want, I'm with it, bro. Because I'd rather my racists be out front than to be behind closed doors like liberals, like leftists are. Like the leftist racists that are in the Democrat Party that think that black people and Spanish people can't think for themselves. I like my racist candid. Like those liberals are racist at the end of the day. From my experience in New York City, like liberal white racists, they don't think that we could think for ourselves. And I've dealt with them my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they don't joke about racist things outright. They'll make it seem like they're virtuous and they like love like black people. At the end of the day, they think that black people can't think for themselves and Spanish people can't think for themselves. And if you
that's
get
not a
to
liberal
their dinner
thing.
tables, they probably talk plenty shit about us. You know what
That's
I'm
not a
saying? Like,
liberal thing, though.
pardon me?
That's not a liberal thing.
It's a leftist thing. It's
not a liberal. It's not a leftist thing. It's people who the people who do shit like that never been broke a day in their fucking life. The people
that do shit like what?
who do shit like that,
that do what?
like you just said. Well,
Like
talking
New
about what
York
you just
liberals
said.
that do stuff like that. Hold on.
Like it's just not New York liberals. That's what some politicians do. That's what some politicians do.
No,
especially
liberal.
when
I'm
they
talking
can't.
about liberal ones. Liberal. I'm just honing in on liberal politicians. Like a
Yeah,
lot of like there's
yeah.
concern.
It's
Like
not
to
just
me,
liberal politicians.
from the ones that I've dealt with, or the one or like people that have the liberal perspective, like from New York City, that
You're talking about you're talking about the ones that you dealt with. Yes.
In general. That's what you're seeing
now,
though, Michael.
What I'm saying is that
Michael, hold on. The Liberal Party right now is putting out a candidate that's basically telling you, I ain't doing shit for you. Don't ask.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what she says or whatever. But what I'm saying is nobody is going to win a presidential election by saying they're going to do something for a specific group of people, black people. They're not going to win.
What about American people? If they say they're going to do stuff for American people.
Well, that's what she said. She said she want to do things for all Americans.
Like what? Name the things that she's saying.
Okay. I start naming some stuff then. because this is the rabbit hole that people go down through when they talk about Kamala Harris. What is she going to do? What is her policies? But the thing about it is,
yes, because she's not putting anything out there.
Hold on, no, she did. She has, but people don't want to listen. But what I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna say this before I say this. The reason why I would never vote for Trump, has nothing to do with his policies. It has to do with the shit that comes out of his mouth, the people that surround him, the shit that come out of his mouth. Because in life, there's two things for certain. Everything comes back into full circle. When somebody tells you who they are, this is who they are. If like everything's around this guy, hold on. Yeah, no. I'm not just. I don't care. I'm talking about me. Hold on. I'm not done. I'm talking about for me. I'm talking about for me. I'm not talking about for you.
Stuff that you don't like not particulars, but like
I don't have to name them. You already know because I already said it.
Like racist stuff, though.
Yeah, I said it.
I understand. No, go now. I just wanted to make it clear for the people that.
Yeah, I already. All of it. It's all of the bullshit. It's like all of the bullshit. That's the reason why I would not vote for that guy. Because when you look at it, all that stuff that he's doing, he's basically a fucking corrupter. And people don't understand, don't look at it like that. That's the reason why you can have people. No, I'm not done yet. That's the reason why when the guy gets up there and he talks about Puerto Ricans, and then when you fast forward, then he talking about the Nazis. You rewind Nazis this week, then he's talking about this that week. All this stuff coming back in a full circle, and the guy is telling you who he really is. Live live in the color, and people are acting like he's not.
So, could I ask you a question?
Yeah.
2 questions. 1, what do you say? Like, who'd you vote for in 2020, if you don't mind saying? And 2, my other question.
I didn't vote for anybody.
Okay, and my other question is, so you didn't vote the last time around?
No, I voted for the propositions, but I didn't vote for anybody.
Are you voting this time around?
No. Why would I vote for people I don't like?
But it's seemingly you go after Trump more in your content.
Though, no, right? I don't. Like, you didn't ask me nothing about Kamala if I don't like it.
You're equal. You got to be equal opportunity in your political background.
Yo, man. If you watch my live stream, I told folks I'm not voting for her because she seems like she's the type of person that drinks the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, but you straight be shitting on Trump though, man. You be going in on
because
that.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, I never do call a dude out of his name. First of all,
that's true.
Second of all, I don't call anybody out of their name if they want to vote for the dude. Third of all, the reason why he's always being talked about is because the shit that comes out of his mouth, the shit that surrounds him. The only thing that surrounds her, as far as I'm concerned, is that she drinks the Kool-Aid.
But let me ask. Can I ask you my second question?
Yes.
So what do you say about like the times like where Joe Biden several times have said racist stuff, like if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Like when he referred to LL Cool J as a boy, and when he put the Joe Biden crime bill, and he actually took credit for it. Like he actually said that it was dope. Like you don't consider that more racist than like anything that Trump's done?
No, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, there's a difference between racism and prejudice. The motherfucker has a perceived when he made that crime bill, when he made looking at a duck and you thinking it's a duck because it's walking like one and quacking like one, but it's not a duck.
So what do you consider Joe Biden, racist or prejudiced?
I just think the motherfucker is uneducated when it comes to what he was talking about and the shit that he put in. He's prejudiced. He thought that black
people specifically, though,
exactly, but that's still prejudice. Thinking that you're superior than somebody is what you would call racist.
Like something that actually put black people in jail, or things that in the media are made to seem like Trump's racist at every turn, like the media does normally.
Oh, you talking about? You want to talk about what he did when he wasn't president? Okay, and then you want to equate to why I didn't vote for the guy?
No, in general though, like I mean, like in terms of like the racism thing, I think it's allocated to Trump, where you actually have politicians that are legitimately racist, like Joe Biden.
I tell you how dangerous it is. I tell you how dangerous it is, right? First, locking somebody up, right, and then instilling him. You know what? I got you on this one. See, you tried to get me on something. It seems like I don't know what is. I don't know what you.
I love you.
Or you asking a question. You asking a question that has backfired on you. You know this question backfired on you, right?
I'm not trying to get you in a gotcha moment, my brother.
Yeah. Well, the question backfired you on because if you watch my channel, I talked about this and I talked about it a few times, and a lot of people haven't even talked about this. The white guy that was a FFL dealer, licensed to sell guns at the gun shows and or
Hand
whatnot and
cannon,
shit like that.
hand
Huh?
cannon shows, hand cannon shows.
Yeah. You know what he did? He was trying to recruit people to go kill black people in Atlanta at a concert. He wanted to start a race war.
And how's that? What's that have to do with
And
Trump?
you know why he wanted to start a race war? Because of Trump's mouth.
I think you're. I think you're
he wanted black people. Yes,
there,
that's why. Because the dude basically said, you could go and look it up. People don't even talk about this shit. What I'm talking about. He basically said he wanted to start a race war so he can get black people to start a race war so the Republicans can look good.
What that got to do with Trump?
Trump started it. It's because of his mouth.
You don't think the media has anything to do with that? Like the fact that
the media has nothing to do with it. The media has nothing to do with it. The media has nothing to do with what comes out of that dude's mouth.
See, but this is your bias. Though,
he wasn't doing that. He wasn't doing it. The dude was not doing this.
Oh, and just listen, I actually utilized you in an example. Like you were actually like earlier this evening, because I said about Trump being censored and how opposed I was to it, and you were actually cool with it when it happened when he got censored on Twitter.
No, actually, this is what I said. And see, now you got it fucked up. I said when you in someone else's house, you got to abide by their rules.
Hold
up. That's what I said. This is what I said because you're not the only one I said this
to. Twitter isn't a house.
No, Facebook and Twitter is not yours. Facebook and Twitter is not yours. Somebody else.
Online.
Yes, you are. You in someone else's house. You in someone else's house. Somebody made Twitter. Somebody made Facebook. Somebody made all these things, right? Somebody made them all. And when if they don't want you around, that's all them.
Nah,
that's why Trump has his own thing called he has his own social media outlet where you can go and get Trump news and views.
My brother, I'm not holding that against you because a lot of people that were agreed with that back then don't agree with that now. But I've always been from the perspective that nothing should be censored at all on social media.
I think it should, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Especially racism, because we need our racism out front.
Well, it depends because Twitter really doesn't do anything about that. Also, there's tons of misinformation out there.
No, and they do actually, Michael. Like Twitter is actually policed. I fucks with Twitter a lot as far as reading stuff.
Well, I'm telling you what I've witnessed. I'm telling you what I witnessed on Twitter, and it's off the chain. You know what I'm saying? Actually, yesterday I was told some racist stuff by some dude that didn't like what I had to say. You know, it's not really policed, but you know, there's a lot of misinformation.
Fronting like he's a white guy.
There's a I don't know what the dude was. He could have been whatever.
No, and you know who put me, Michael, you know who put me onto that theory? Because I remember and it had nothing to do with like race or politics. It had to do with boxing. When we first became cool, you actually put me onto that, because I never thought of that. Because remember there were a lot of people that were set tripping on race, Wilder, when we first got into YouTube or knew about it.
Yeah, I seriously think some of them.
No, but I remember you told me, and you actually put me onto game. You were one of the first people that, and I never thought about it like that. You were like, yo, a lot of these dudes that be set tripping on race, like you were saying, that they be talking mad shit about black people. Sometimes it might even be a black dude, just trying to stir shit up.
And I was talking about how I was actually more hitting on.
And that's not the case every time, because there are legitimate racists online. Trust me, I'm not fronting.
I'll be thinking they set that shit up. A lot of these channels and personalities out here, they be setting that shit up. And they be setting that shit up because that's what people want to hear. People want to hear shit like that. You know what I'm saying? People want to hear that shit. People want to hear people argue back and forth and shit like that. So they could make an account and type into them or have their relatives go on my thing and make an account and type this shit in there so I can argue with you real quick, so I can make some controversy
you mean like
or
setting
whatever.
up fake arguments? I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and you see it all the time. It's like people they don't go after like anybody. They go after certain people. You know what I'm saying? They go after certain people.
Like Mike, I gotta tell you my algorithm theory, bro. And I mean, if and you're the perfect person I could tell to, but I don't want to put you in hot water either, Michael.
Mm.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk shit about an LDBC person, like, and that's why if you want to link off, like,
I don't care.
If you want to hear my theory in terms of how the algorithm is at work,
I'm waiting on you.
Huh?
I'm waiting on you.
Okay, yo. So listen. The other day, this was this past fucking weekend, bro. I think I just finished watching the football games. You know, I don't know if you watch my videos lately, but I've been putting up cat videos. So like out of nowhere, like some of them were getting like thousands of views almost every time out. Like it was a lot of views, like fucking because I had like little kittens and they're fucking adorable. And I have a bunch of them. So my subscriber count, which has been stuck at like somewhere between 308 and 310, regardless of what I do. Bro, I could be on a panel with like hundreds of people or some shit. My shit will be 308, 310, regardless of what I do. But you know how I speak, Mike. Like I speak the same way I was speaking this evening. I'm a hood Puerto Rican dude that my political leanings are non-leftist in the last 4 years, per se. Anyhow, I think YouTube doesn't want that, and I think social media doesn't want that. I don't think they want like so-called minorities like to speak in that vein, like walking away from that party or have you. But anyways, let me continue. And this might not be nothing, Mike. What I'm telling you, all this could be a figment of my imagination. So anyhow, that fucking cornball, I am Troll Will, pussy ass dude that he is, like, and you know I never liked this dude, Michael. I never like shied away from letting myself known that he's a bitch ass dude. But he started talking like political shit, like after that corny ass LDBC meet and greet where he was looking like a damn fool, like with his lady out there in his second honeymoon. Corny ass fucking I am Ill Will pussy. He like everybody was making videos regarding, I don't know if you remember Michael Johnson Boxing Talking More, that everybody was making videos kind of like making fun of that event based off like a lot of like the content that I Am Ill Will was putting up, because he's a corny ass dude, and like the scenes that he was showing was corny as fuck. He was behaving like a broad. Well, anyway, a lot like during that time, and I don't like this dude. Like I keep track of his channel here and there because I don't like this dude, and I also keep track of his channel because he's my enemy. He talks shit about me constantly, although I don't make content and whatnot. Like so, you know, out of boredom here and there, I could be utilizing the loo, and I'll keep track of this fool. And honestly, he's an emotional bitch. Like so, he's always has like some decent content that somebody's pointing out, making fun of him, like you know Reggie Owens, whatever. So he wasn't getting no love. You know what his subscriber base is for a minute. He's been in the same like sphere, like the LDBC cats, like his only subscribers for a while, until this dude became a fucking Kamala channel, bro, recently. And it was like right after the time of that LDBC meet and greet, that barbecue that fucking he went to, which he probably fucking took food home with him because he's a bum. But so anyhow, he didn't have like really no traction on his channel. He was getting some traction because of his videos of the LDBC meet and greet, like the event, because he had like all the perspective, and he's shooting tons of video, and he's corny as fuck. So everybody who's watching, like half of them or more of them, like 90% of them are watching his content like to laugh at him, like me. So he got a bump from that, right? Like from those LDBC barbecue videos that he did. And then it went back to the same shit, like, you know, the same like couple hundred maybe people watching his bullshit ass streams about him playing video games or hyperventilating about some emotional shit, smoking Newports because somebody said something that sounded racism regarding boxing, or him and that other inbred Mr. Shelton. wasting time and talking nothing, bro. Like they just don't say shit for like 4 hours and they probably get like 200, 300 like views, whatever, right? Yo, my man became a Kamala channel, bro, out of nowhere, bro. His views, his fucking subscriber base quadrupled. You look at the comments, bro, it's like all bot shit. I am an American and I am voting for Kamala Harris in 2024. I am from the island of Ireland, and if I lived in America, I would be voting for Kamala Harris in 2024. I am a black man from America, and this year I will be voting for, like, all bot shit, bro. You could tell. But anyways, I am not gonna say that the algorithm has been specifically utilized against me because I have no proof. I'm not a tech person. You know I'm low tech, Michael. But I will say that the algorithm does like the fact that that rat, I am Troll Will, pole rides Kamala, and he's rewarded on this platform because of that. What say you? If you want to speak on it at all, if not, we could go to the next comment, my friend. Do you think there's an algorithm at play at times?
I just think that, like, you know, when it comes to talking about certain things, you're going to get views anyways, regardless, right? Out of nowhere. I think that like, even with me, like, if I talk about certain things, I get nothing. If I talk about other things, I get a couple of views, you know. Sometimes they're quadruple, sometimes they don't. My last video did 500. The last live before that only did.
Mike, but you, like, you know what it, like, as far as like the figures in relation to that, I'm not saying that you're all up in his numbers and all that stuff, but as far as like what I described in terms of his numbers, because I know this dude for a long time as well. I know of him for just as long as I know of you, and I've never liked this dude for countless years. He don't like me neither. I mean, that's fantastic, fine. But his subscriber base, his view count has always been just about the same. The dude has nothing to say. He's an idiot.
No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, it's like, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but
I'm just giving my story. I'll leave it right there. I just wanted to insult I am Troll Will. You a pussy. No, because I like, yo, this dude be taking little slide shots at me, thinking I'm not gonna come up on here, bro. Like and I do want to point out, if there's an algorithm, I mean, I think it was one utilized against me or used to prop up that fucking moron. If you listen to his political talk, he has zero to say too. Like, this dude like did a thing, like a live stream, like playing over the debate between the vice presidential candidates, Waltz and JD Vance. The dude's like talking and getting emotional, like like you can't even hear what they're saying. He's just like giving his opinion, like hyperventilating and whatnot. And supposedly that's like bigging up his channel. But I could come here every day and talk conservative shit. You know, I don't. I mean, I got to be more committed with my channel as well. But it's a lot harder to break through. Like, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna tell you, Mike. That's what I was gonna tell you. So I have a video. My bad, bro. My bad.
Yeah.
You mind if you got a couple more minutes? Like,
come on, man. Come on, man.
All right, bro. So I had a video. You remember, like, you know how I had videos back in the day, dissing this cornball ass dude, bro. Like, cause I don't have hair on my tongue. And you know, I'm not saying that I'm some fucking goon for like confronting YouTube people that I don't like, but he's a pussy. And he lied on me, and that's the reason I don't like him. Like, he lied and said that that I like begged and try to get like King Louis off of me, like, and begged to him. Meanwhile, I was calling that pussy for like 2 years. You remember?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember all that.
Yeah,
but
bro, the dude's a buns, bro. I'm just giving the, like, if the people don't know, like, that are watching this now, dude straight pussy. But what was I alluding to? Oh yeah, so all right, so I know that his numbers are coming up, right, Mike?
Yeah.
So you know how he has different names because he's a dick rider, so he changed his name from like I am Ill Will, like, and like, since he's a dick rider and he wants to like ride that Trill boxing talk, whatever that bald dude's name was, he changed his name to I am Trill Will because he's a cornball like that, no imagination, no flow. And this is like, if you guys want to subscribe to this brother, like, again, I give anybody who comes to YouTube regularly love. His name is I am Trill Will, LDBC or nothing. That's his name. If you want to subscribe to the brother, like, by all means, I give it up to any brother that's doing well. that is committed to YouTube, like I said earlier in this show. Anyhow, Mike, you know how he changed his name a few times, so I try to change like that video where I made back in the day, like talking about this cornball.
Yeah, I remember you changed it. I remember.
Yeah, so I gotta change that title from I Am Ill Will to whatever, to like whatever his name is now, right? So I put like a cat emoji on either side of it, like or like indicating like he's pussy or some shit. Like I think I changed the title to the fact that he's pussy. Yo, and I was getting a lot of numbers on these cat videos that I was doing recently. I didn't mean to do the fucking cat videos, but I started doing them out of nowhere, and I get like 100 more subs, and I'm getting like a ton of views on my shit. Yo, the day I changed the title of that one video, like where I like changed my title, and I'm like in the title, I didn't have like that he's a pussy on the thing. I think I put something like offensive in his name, referencing I am Trovo LVC or not, whatever the fucking cornballs dude's name is. As soon as I did that, bro, like my shit got shot, like with the cat shit, bro. Like the cat shit would get like not like from 1,000 sometimes, a couple hundred to like 9 or some shit, Michael. And it's shorts too, so like a lot of that shit with the shorts, they play on anybody's shit. You know, like it be random and it's autoplay, like so I would get a lot of fanfare because they know it had like a cat video, and like they probably put that out for kids or whoever, people that like cats. Everybody likes cats. But that was it, Michael. I'm sorry.
So what else you got about this these people?
Well, as far as the political climate right now, I was saying earlier like that I had to go into New York, not too far from that MSG meeting. It didn't seem like a lot like that, like there was any like drama. Like a lot of the people that were like with the MAGA hats that you saw them walking like near that area in Midtown Manhattan yesterday. I mean, a lot of them were black, all colors, Mike, all colors, Puerto Rican dudes, like Latin dudes, street dudes. And you could tell, like, I mean, like, somebody that's not from New York, you could tell like somebody that's from New York. And I'm not saying that everybody from New York has balls and whatnot. But New York, you got to be around like some goonery shit, like, and you got to be able to walk a certain way. And you could tell they're New Yorkers. They're not like tourists that were coming from out of town. And it seemed like it was all love, like from what I saw, like, and from what I seen online. I haven't watched the whole video. I did watch the whole Joe Rogan interview. Did you watch that, Michael, by any chance?
No.
I watched the whole thing the other day. It wasn't that
I watched
great.
some of it. I don't think Joe Rogan. I think Joe Rogan got a different perspective on Trump now after that.
Yeah, I'm not. I've never. Do you fuck with Joe Rogan? I don't fuck with Joe Rogan.
No, no.
Yeah. Kind of like boring.
No, it's not like he's boring. It's like I'm good on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm good on it.
I hate like conversations that talk about like nothing for like 10 minutes. Like, and with all these podcasts, you're gonna hear some of that. Like, and everybody's guilty of it. Like, I do it too, I guess. Like, but yeah, I don't fuck like.
It's not the long-windedness. It's just like I just get weirded out when people start being like to showing that they're not good people.
What makes you think that though about Joe Rogan specifically?
I mean, all that NIGGR shit and inviting some of the people on there and talking about shit he ain't got no business talking about. Like to me, when you inviting people on your show and you know who they are, and they're gonna come on there and talk about like fucking black people having a gene that's prepositioned to violence, like and all kind of other shits. Like this doesn't seem right. Like I'm good. Like
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
like, I don't listen again. I don't listen to all this shit. Like I think a lot. Like I don't listen to fucking 5% of his shit, honestly. Like to like or any podcaster, like fuck them all. It's just not my thing, really. Like but I'm from the perspective that any perspective should be put out there. I want to know more of what people are feeling rather than like people thinking that I can't say certain things like fucking And New York, yo, Mike, like they were like legit, like when back in the day, like New York is a mixed bag, and people were outright with their like racism, whether with jokes like fucking around or like legit. I mean, but nobody died over that shit. You just like you just get into scrap. I'd rather people scrap over shit and like people like stuff get put out there and people feel that they could say like play themselves and say certain shit, because that's where we catch how white people really feel, honestly. I'd rather white people feel like that they're comfortable and like say what they really feel, like fucking like rather than have them fronting like they love us like these liberals do. And then when they're at their dinner tables that are all white people, they're fucking having these deep conversations and how they could steer us in a certain direction, like from the liberal white people I've seen in New York, in my personal experience. Yeah, and you're from Cali too, bro. Yeah, and yeah, I know you're from the hood too, bro. Like,
but that's what I'm trying to tell you is like that's what I'm trying to tell you is like they, all sides do that shit. Like,
but listen, Mike. Look, like straight, like, and I know, like, you ain't no young kid either. Since the '90s, you probably been like living in the perspective like me that yo, none of these people like fuck all these politicians and all this shit. But me and you, we came up in liberal states, liberal cities, and we came up in that education system. These people never had love for us, ever. Now,
no, I wouldn't.
The most they're doing for us is basically like, yo, we ain't gonna lock y'all up for now. But wait till like, yo, what they're gonna do with these migrants is that they're gonna like the grace replacement theory is true, but who they're trying to replace is black people. They're gonna say they're gonna flip the script on black people probably and say, oh well, like for black people bitching about these new migrant class that are in their hoods, they're racist because those people are poorer than them, even, you know, like that. Yo, I'm telling you, bro, liberals always flip the script, and they're the ones that always prop up somebody else in front of black people.
I don't think that's
Republicans usually say we don't want to do shit for these dudes. Liberals will try to make you reason as to like, yo, like you're not getting your share, black man, ever, basically, because of this or that. And like,
no, you can't say that. You can't say that because you can't say that because this is just me with that whole liberals and all that shit and left and right. I don't get into all that shit. And the reason why I don't get into all that shit, all it is dividing people and putting people in certain categories or into certain parties. But I'm not done. Exactly. But that's what I'm not. But this part is too. You see what I'm saying? And so Democrats would do that same thing. Republicans would do that same thing. The left and right would do the same thing. Some people just don't fucking like you because the color of your skin, because where you come from, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And they'd rather help out people that look like them over you, and that's just what it is. It has nothing to do with.
Bro. I wish our people think that way, bro. I wish our people, and we always bitched about that. Like our people, you've heard it since we were young. Like, oh, we never built our own schools. Like, you know, like at this current juncture, these leftist lunatics aren't telling us like, yo, we'll give you money like to launch off, like, and not that we need it. I'd rather we just make a clean break politically. Like, yo, nobody's on our side, and that's how we're gonna deal. Like, that's how we deal with things. Like, but like the thing is with, and honestly too, Mike, and I'm a Latin dude, bro, through and through. You know it, bro. Like, fucking, I'll say a black problem that I've seen throughout my life, bro. Black people are way too inviting, bro. We're way too inviting.
No, it's not. No, we're not. No, we're not.
They are, bro.
No,
yes,
I'm gonna say.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example right now. Right now, bro. Like for the most part, like a lot of these people getting emotional over these conversations, like online. A lot of times, where you seen like a divisive instrument being used, like last week they were making it seem like black women should be going after their men because black men don't want to are voting for Trump, and shame on them. Woo 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 woo. So right, like last week when that debate was like riveting up, from what I'm hearing, you know what I'm saying? I'm hearing black women shitting on black dudes for migrants. That's what the argument is, straight up. That's what the argument is, straight up. Like,
can I say something?
Basically saying like, yo, fuck, like our dudes ain't shit. Like they historically ain't shit. Woo 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 woo. Oh, if Michelle were up in here, like she'd be telling you, like that's what Obama was saying. Like, oh, our men have a misogyny problem, all this shit, right? But they're doing that. They're basically arguing, like, or in a sense, like argue, like, don't worry about the fact that these migrants are in black communities.
Well, I'm not. Okay. I'm not worried about the migrants because as of right now, they can't vote anyway.
No, I'm
right?
from New York, though, Mike.
As of right now, they can't vote right now, anyways. You
I
can't
don't care
vote,
about they don't, but
right?
the
Right?
voting is not the
Right?
major issue, though. They're criminals, though. A
Right?
lot of them are
But
coming
can
through.
I say something? Because you said divisive, right?
No, I'm saying that like the black community, from my experience of what I've seen, like that one of the big problems they have is that their way to a lot of times they'll suppress their own interest for outside people. You know, like, and the thing is too, like they'll set
No.
at times like,
Can I
yo,
say something, Nick? Can I interrupt? No.
historically.
You're talking about what the media is saying and what people on social
Nah,
media are
my man,
saying.
Mike, I'm
Hold up,
telling
hold
you
up,
my real life experience.
hold up. Because none of this shit wouldn't have been talked about until the media start running their mouth about it. The first thing when people are starting to run for president and whatever, the first thing smoking is they start worried about the black vote. They start talking
The
about the
most
black vote
important thing
on
in this
all these
country.
news channels.
It's
They
the
start
most
talking about
important thing in this country. Is the black vote.
right.
Most
And so as
important
soon as the
thing in
media
this
start
country
talking
is
about
white.
this as soon as the media start talking about this, other people start talking about it. People in my life, like when I don't give a two shits about what the media is saying when it comes to black men and all that shit. Don't give two shits. Don't give two shits. You know what I'm saying? That's just all them running their fucking mouth. People who really have some fucking sense, and there's a lot more black people out here that have sense than the ones that don't have sense.
Absolutely, Michael.
You know what
But
I'm
there's a
saying?
lot of us that are extremely emotional as well.
It isn't, but that's the thing. I'm in Florida. You can't talk about politics nowhere down here because
Like
of
in the key,
Republicans.
you're in the key area, right, Michael?
Yeah, because of Republicans.
They're wild over there though. Like the
Man,
conservatives over there.
you would start a all on. You can't talk about it, like, because I have people call me um um a nigga over this shit down here. I got people down here that try to denigrate me, try to besmirch my name because I didn't believe in their political view, and I didn't get nasty or nothing with it. And that's what people do down
You
here.
gotta
It's
get
like,
nasty. If they call you that, if they drop the N bomb on you, you gotta get nasty right back.
no,
You
no.
strike
I'm gonna tell
somebody.
you why later. I can't, but I'll tell you later. But
I
that'd
understand.
be dumb on my part.
Yeah,
Um, but that's what
and that's
is
not right.
this not?
And that's not
Is,
right.
no, I'm not. I don't give a fuck about that. What I'm saying is like it's not from your what you see is not what everybody else see. And I already got in a conversation with about the people, my people's in Toledo, my people's back home in San Diego, my people's in South Bend, Indiana. They don't care about that shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not even walking around thinking about what black men are going to do and how they're going to vote and stuff like that. That's all some shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing that somebody thinks is going to be about something. It's dumb. You can't force nobody to vote for somebody that they don't think is a viable candidate for them.
No, they're
You see what
not.
I'm
I
saying?
mean, like, yo, like if you go to New York, everybody who you talk to that's black and Spanish, you're gonna get more Trump than you are Kamala. And that, like, I'm telling you straight up. And these
And
are
it makes absolutely no sense.
no, it does because of what we're going through in New York, Mike. Yo, these migrants
No,
that are
so
coming
what you're
in,
going through in New York, what you're going through in New York is because of Trump.
that's fine. But we're going through it right now in New York City. We're going for the
Because of
opposite
Trump.
test.
You know
Let's
what the
clear this stuff
governor
up
of
so we can
governor of Texas said? You know what the governor of
and
Texas
that wasn't
said
because of Trump. This is not happening
right
because of Trump. You're fronting,
right
Mike.
after Biden
Hold on, hold
won?
on, hold on. Why is it because of Trump? Why is this
I'm
happening?
gonna hit there after I say it's because of Trump, because Trump is the one that pressured all the Republicans to
If you
shut
talk
down
about this
the
bill, bro, like you're gonna get shut down.
yeah. Yeah, he's the one. No, you're not
That's
going to
how I
get
know
shut down.
you ain't
You're
tuned
not
in.
going to get shut down. That's a conspiracy theory. I talk about it all day. I even talk about Israel
You're
all day.
abjectly wrong,
Lie,
Michael. You're
lie.
abjectly wrong. Then you ain't read the bill. Then you don't know about the bill. Then
No,
you
I
don't
don't need
know.
to
I
read
know you
I
don't
don't
know.
need to read the bill. I don't need to read the bill.
So how
He the
you
one
know?
who
What
pressured
if the bill
everybody.
was no good?
He's the one who pressured everybody to not do it. And then
What
I'm
if
gonna
the
hit you
bill
on
was
another
no
one.
good?
The
If the bill
governor.
was,
It doesn't. No. He's the one that
if the
pressured
bill,
all the Republicans
so,
to vote it down.
hold on, Michael. Michael, I gotta put you on mute.
Hold up. Don't put me on mute because I'm not
No, I gotta
done.
put you on mute though, because I gotta
No,
ask you.
don't put me
Hold
on
on,
mute because I'm not done.
real quick though. Hold on. So what you're saying is that if that bill was no good, which that bill was no good, He should have signed it.
Did you read it? Well, did you? You asked me if I read it. Did you read it?
I read a lot of it. I know what was in that bill, though.
No, it wasn't as bad. No. All the other bills. So okay. Since the Republicans own the House and
the bill.
Wait a minute. Since the Republicans hold the House and the Senate, how come they didn't put up a bill?
What do you, in terms of like quelling the mic? They did.
They got the numbers. They got the numbers to push bills. How come the Republicans? How come the Republicans in the House and the Senate?
Necessary. Look, you know why? It's
no. It always was, and I'm gonna tell you why. It always was, because right when Biden got in office, the governor of fucking Texas said, "You motherfuckers ain't gonna be laughing when we send all these goddamn migrants to your sanctuary cities."
Okay, so why not stop them at the border?
See what I'm saying? So you see what I'm saying?
Michael,
because the reason why they
hold on, Mike. Why not go back to the policy that Trump had in place and remain in Mexico? The remain in Mexico was better than having any presence at the border, because it tells migrants, like, you can't walk into the country.
I'm trying to tell you why.
Hold on. You can't walk into the country freely like what was being allowed by the Biden administration very much since they got into office. Migrants have been flowing through the migrants.
Can you wait a minute?
Hold on, freely. The border agents are basically in processing them. They're not stopping them. That border bill was basically like giving money to Israel and Ukraine and 1,500 more border agents. I don't need border agents that are going to be processing migrants in or like temporarily stopping them. I need a real border bill, and Trump was right for not telling.
No. Let me tell you something. That you're correct. You're correct, but you're correct on some of the stuff that you said. Can I talk? You're right on some of your aspects, but what I'm trying to tell you is, no matter how you skin it, you're going to need more agents. No matter how you skin it, that stuff for Ukraine and shit like that, I wasn't agreeing on it. But at the same time, it wasn't just Democrats that put that in. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't just them.
That put what in the bill?
Yeah,
because there's rat Democrats and there's rat Republicans, and there's rat Republicans that would with that bill.
Yeah.
Because it gives money to Ukraine and money to Israel.
So they needed money. They needed money for more. They needed money for more agents because more people was coming in, and they needed more money for facilities to take to keep them from coming in.
But Michael, at the same time, agents are in processing. They're not stopping anybody.
They can't be. They don't. What do you think that was in that border bill?
Migrants in. I rather.
What do you think it was in that? That border is not what you think it is. You're just thinking that if that bill was passed.
Hold on, Michael. But right now, what I'm seeing on video is migrants pouring in like en masse for years, since the Biden administration has been in power. Two, I've also seen that they got rid of the Remain in Mexico policy, which told migrants to stay in Mexico if they were trying to get asylum or process as legal migrants into the country. Biden took Remain in Mexico out, and that basically told migrants they were allowed in. Also, in Texas, the Biden administration removed barrier, like they moved water barriers.
No, that water barrier was killing people, though. So,
pardon me?
It really was, and that didn't make any sense. That was actually killing people.
Yeah, but if they stay on the other side of the river, they won't.
Yeah, but they was gonna risk it anyways. But because people were getting past. So hold up, because you keep putting me on mute, but you've been doing most of the talking. But the reason why they took that barrier down, because people were still crossing it, but some people were dying trying to cross it. So that's the reason why they did. Now, you can't say that border bill was going to do this, that, and the third anyways, but not anyways. What they should have did was get that shit passed, and then see what it's going to do. But stop interrupting me.
You don't
stop interrupting me. Stop interrupting me.
You don't even
know. You can't keep interrupting me. You can't. You gotta let me finish my point. You got to stop interrupting me, man, because when you go through your tangents and stuff, I don't interrupt. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong on the aspect of. Let me say what I got to say. I'm not wrong on the aspect of it. You're complaining about something that you don't even know what it was going to do.
I know what was in the bill, Michael. It's still allowed 1,000 migrants per day. Or more. or more, and there was no like validation as to like, are we letting 1,000 in today? It basically said 1,000.
Okay, fine.
Plus.
Okay, fine. I give you that until I reach. Hold up. You can finish. I got you. You can say all you want to. The Republicans own the House and the Senate. Where's their bill?
All they got to say is go back to the Remain in Mexico policy.
No, that's not all they have to do. What they need to do is introduce the amendment. They never did.
You think that it would have passed if they would have?
The Republicans own the House and the Senate.
If they would have introduced go back to Trump's Remain in Mexico policy, I don't think it would have had much love.
The Republicans own the House and the Senate. They have the votes.
No, they didn't. They didn't own the Senate until recently, though, too, Mike.
No, they've been owning the Senate for the last 2 years.
They don't own the Senate, I think.
Yes.
I thought they don't, Mike.
Yes. Remember people keep leaving? Remember the motherfuckers kept leaving?
Pardon me?
Remember the motherfuckers kept retiring and shit? It offset it. Don't look at it. But anyways, it doesn't matter who owns it. Doesn't matter who owns it. How come no one ever put an amendment to put it back? None of them Republicans did. Everybody sees this is the thing. The Democrats and Republicans. Everybody see there's a fucking problem. Right?
Yeah, but they're savvy though too,
Mike. Wait a minute. I'm not done. Everybody sees there's Republicans and Democrats. Everybody see there's a problem. Nobody do nothing about it.
Yeah, but if they had if they say, all right, we're not gonna give you guys an assist by trying to propose like things to help your border bill when you're clearly letting people in, like in 2021, like they were doing in 2022.
Answer my question.
They were doing the whole year.
You gotta answer the question.
No, but listen. But if they kept and Trump, in addition to MAGA Republicans in Congress, kept saying about putting the border bill of Trump's policy back into place, they knew that Biden wasn't going to do that anyway. They knew that they wanted more migrants.
No.
Democrats didn't want a solution at the border up until 9 months ago.
No. I don't want to hear that. Answer the question.
Besides that whack ass bill is trash.
No. I've been seeing Republicans and Democrats put up bills, put up amendments all year round, even dumb ones.
All right,
stop. I'm not done.
They didn't have Senate until recently.
It doesn't matter. I told you. It doesn't matter. I switched it up and I said, you know what? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who owns it. I switched it up and I said, doesn't matter who owns it. Right. Hold up. You put in the bill, right, to show the American people that you're willing to work. You're willing to do us right. You see what I'm saying? It don't cost much. It'd be 2 fucking pages.
So
it'd have a sponsor, co-sponsors, move to amend, whoop to whoop whoop.
Okay.
Move to amend, whoop to whoop whoop. And then that's it. No one done it.
But why not put the emphasis on the people that put the problem into play
in the first place? Yeah. You know why they put the emphasis? Because they want them to look bad. That's why nobody did shit.
What you're saying is basically like for the Republicans to push forth a solution to a problem that Democrats aren't really touching up until recently.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Why they never did it is the question.
Pardon me?
It doesn't matter. Why did they never do it?
Who cares why they never did it? Because they're not
exactly my point. Exactly my point. Because they don't want to fucking fix it.
That's what you think, Mike. But why? How about
if they want to fix it, then you put in the amendment.
How about the people that started the problem though in the first place with allowing migrants to come in?
I literally said the Democrats and the Republicans both saw that it was a problem and done nothing about it. I literally said that.
All right, you know what? That's fantastic. But Trump says he's going to do something about it, and I'll take his word on it.
Well, you know what? If Trump cannot be the president right now and stop a bill, Trump could have literally got on the damn thing and was like, "Hey, man, we fucking up around here. I'm gonna need my folks to enter." He could do it live on TV and set this shit. He could have done it live on TV and showed everybody that this shit is fucked up. And showed the fix to it, and then hopefully it got passed, and then hopefully it got passed, and he can say I'm not even in office and I'm fixing shit.
Trump,
how come he didn't do it?
No, it's not that. That's not how it should go, Michael. That's not how it go. Politics.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how it should go. It doesn't matter.
Well, you're putting on the emphasis on Trump. Hold on. No. Because listen. You're putting emphasis on Trump to do something that's over the top politically, or like, you know, that's not how this game is played right now. At the very least, and especially leftists don't play that game like that right now. And what you're also not alluding to, Michael, is that I'm not sure if the Senate is held by the conservatives right now, but I'm sure that they didn't hold it 2 years ago when the last round of elections were going.
Dude, you got to stop. You got to, dude, stop.
Hold on. So if they would have proposed the bill, it would have died at the Senate.
Hold up. It doesn't matter if the bill would have died. That's not the point. The point of the matter. You can keep muting me all you want, but the point of the matter.
So what's the point to do it then?
The point of the matter. I'm getting there. The point of the matter. It has nothing to do with all that stuff you're talking about, how politics work and stuff like that. I thought this dude wasn't a career politician. Also, the point is everybody. The point is that everybody see there's a problem, but nobody has a solution to fix it. Everybody's open, but
Trump does.
No. Well, fix it now.
Trump got it. He
fix it now.
It's coming soon,
well, you know what? See, that just shows. See, that just shows that see, this is the thing. That's morally and ethically fucking wrong. If he says that he has a fix to help out with the American people, to help out with America, he has the solution, and he rather hold out and have by his own words, like what he said, have American people suffer just so he can win some political fucking.
Happening, Mike.
So just so he can have the political gain. Yes, because his political gain is your vote. His political gain is your vote. You're saying that since when he gets in, he's going to fix something allegedly. I'm going to vote for him. So he's holding. So literally, this is a hostage negotiation.
No, but listen, look, your girl Cammy is basically saying, "I'm not doing a damn thing."
That's not my motherfucking girl.
That's you.
I don't like her.
Like you going at my
dude,
man.
I literally told you earlier I don't like neither one of them, and I literally told you that she drinks the Kool-Aid.
You don't like you protect.
No,
Cammy,
I'm not voting for her.
After though, Michael,
I'm not voting for her. I ain't not voting for you. So what's the point?
No, listen,
dude, I literally said on here the Democrats and the Republicans literally see it's a problem with this damn thing, and they both fucked up on it, and they both need to fucking fix it.
Yeah, but the Democrats don't want to fix it up until a couple months.
No, the Republicans don't want to fix it, obviously, too.
Trump is gonna fix it. Trump is saying
that's what I'm saying. You're hoping that he fix it. That's what you're doing.
Well, no,
you're hoping you're hoping that he does.
No, one candidate is saying that I want to shut down the border and like stop the migrant crisis from continue getting worse. The other candidate is basically saying like joy and like I basically want you to sign the bill, and because Trump ain't signed the bill, he's responsible for the border. That's ridiculous.
I'm telling you, that's all you have. Is that the only thing, the reason why you're gonna vote for him?
That bill? Oh no! Other than that, though, no, I'm not voting just for the border prices. But the thing is that, Mike, in my personal experience, as far as in my neighborhood, bro, we have like in my little neighborhood at least a couple thousand of these dudes, and they're all with the shits, Michael. And they go after anybody, bro. Women, older women, and it's like on some extra shit, bro. Yo, Michael, I lived in crack era, 80s New York, bro. It was never like that, bro. Like the most violent dude in New York, bro. If you hit a woman or if you hit an old woman, they would fucking bury you, bro. But
but that was back in the days everywhere.
No, but now, nowadays, bro, like these dudes that are coming in, it's not like it's one or two of them like getting off. Like they're at least in little packs of 8, and it's not like old men, bro. These dudes are like young 20s. Like I could throw hands, bro. But like the thing is, like I can't, if I get into a little skirmish with 1 or 2 20-year-olds, bro. I mean, like I know my odds are fucked, bro. Imagine 8, and like these dudes be poking shit, bro. I know plenty dudes in my neighborhood, bro, that have been poked up by like the new wave of dudes that are coming in, and it's basically we already had a gang problem. Now throw another gang into it, like fucking and like Joy and like fucking and Kamala's like fuck, you know, gonna help this. Like now New
No,
York right
I
now,
don't know what her policy is. Well, maybe we should do some research on that because me and you don't even really
I'm
know.
telling you what I'm seeing straight up,
No,
Michael. You don't need no
I'm not talking.
research on
No,
this.
I'm not even talking about that. And there you go. What I'm
What?
talking about is, I said maybe me and you could do a little bit more research to see what her policy is on that because she ain't really said what she's going to do about the border. Really,
That's the problem,
she
though,
ain't
Michael.
went into detail. And I'm thinking that what she's going to do is probably give like a bunch of them motherfuckers a road to citizenship and get rid of some of them.
But we don't know. She should be telling the American people what she wants to do.
Well,
Being very vague.
this is the thing is. So no, well, some of the stuff that you got to say is and stuff like that. Because if you think about it, even with the border crisis, dude, it's like who's winning right now?
Like who's capitalizing
Who's winning?
off it? Like who's capitalizing
No,
off
who's
it?
winning on the polls? No, who's winning on the polls?
I talked earlier today. They seemed as if like Trump in the swing states was tied up, like which he's gaining momentum.
See what I'm saying? So the race is not too far off. You see, the race is not too far off. So, you know what I'm saying? And even with this, but only thing I'm saying is that it's morally and ethically wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you see something wrong and you don't fix it. And from as far as because I watch C-SPAN, so I'll be on there watching the House floor and the Senate floor and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? The House Judiciary committees. But what I'm saying is that they could have fixed the border, but the problem is nobody wants to fix it. And I said
No,
nobody.
You could fix it, but the leftists
Some odd
made
reason.
it extremely hard though, like to fix the border, especially when they allowed a ton of
No,
people
what
in.
they could no, what they could have. No,
Only,
it
but
isn't. No,
people that are already in, like in New York, like that, we already have to deal with
no,
them,
LFL player. No, that's not what I'm saying.
regardless of what we do.
You got to stop. You got to stop with the. No, you have to stop saying you can't do nothing because they're going to kill something. The only thing the American people need to see is that who is, and we're not being shown that, we're being told that.
But Trump's political campaign is
You see them,
basically like shut down the border, though. So he's telling us what to do.
No, but that's still that's the thing. But that's the thing. That's still that's you're being told what he's going to do, but you're not being shown. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
so
show
what
people
you
by
want
putting
from
in
Trump
bills.
is for
Show
him to
people
go
by
above and
actually
beyond.
doing work. You show people
While
by
leftists like
actually
basically like don't
doing
have
work
to
to
do
fix
anything
something.
politically.
You don't show people nothing. You don't show stuff by running your mouth.
It's breaking up a little bit, Michael. Can you hear me? Let me take my video off.
Yeah.
It's fucking up. You can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Nah, I mean, like, again, though, man, like, it seems like, especially in our communities, bro, like, it put the burden of proof with these, with the libs or fucking leftists, and it screws us politically every time. Yo, Michael, every year, like, like, and I'm no dummy, bro, and I'm no fucking like hidden fucking racist type, but when politically, bro, and I've been conscious before there was a conscious community. Like we always say, like within our circles, like Black Latin people, how politics do us up until like 4 months before the election, every election, and then in that 4 months, then it's like, yeah, but these goddamn racist conservatives, I can't. And then like like we don't look at it in the perspective of, all right, everybody could be racist politically because none of them represent us. Even the Black politicians don't represent us. They could all be racist. They could all be self-hating. Let's deal from that perspective and see what they do for us and then start picking from there. But a lot of times my people's like, yo, my whole family voted Biden the last election. They ain't voting Biden now, though, in 2024 because they're from New York, but they voted Biden last time when he was offering nothing, like Kamala's offering nothing, because they got wrapped in emotion and they thought that Trump was racism and Biden is not racism because God knows what. But that's the media though too, Michael. And like right now we're living in a time when the media put all their chips on the table and sold themselves out to go after Trump. That was a gamble they took. But a lot of people are turning away from the mainstream media. Like you have CNN streams that get less fucking love than dudes that we know on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that that's happening. I'd rather listen to you.
I'm not glad that's happening because
a lot
of them people don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
But the thing
is,
them
be the ones that get the most views don't even know what the fuck they're talking about.
But if you have a mainstream media that was telling us that the vax was safe and effective, and that you can't, like, you know, and all of them are saying it, repeating it over.
I mean, but they're going by what the doctors are saying. It's like they're going by what the so-called experts are saying. They're not going by the shit because they can't do that because that can get them in a lawsuit.
But right now, Michael, no, you couldn't sue regarding that vax. But
you could get sued for spilling out misinformation that was given out by the experts.
But the experts were wrong.
Yeah, but now that's debatable. But
they were wrong, Michael. They were wrong.
That's debatable because they were
wrong to force us into it by mandate.
No, I never.
Effectiveness of the vaccine. The vaccine was not totally safe and effective. It didn't stop COVID 100%, even though the vaccine is safe and effective. You know, like,
but that's like, but you know what? All I gotta say is like,
I wasn't doing the sarcastic because I was doing a disclaimer.
No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying is like they had to go along with what the experts were saying, man. Like that's just what it is.
But what if in that case, the recent one, what if the experts were bought out by God knows who, name them, and then they all went along for the go along to sell that like stuff that they were forcing people to take.
That could have been the case too, but
it probably was the case. But the thing is that politically, I want to go into a new political future in which that stuff, we can't be okey doked into that stuff. Trump may have forced a mandate. I don't know. Or maybe but he's saying that he would not force the mandate.
I mean, but we still have to, you know.
But he's putting it out there though. Whereas Biden was taking a victory lap that he mandated the shot for the airline industry, and that 99% of them were taking it, and that a lot of those sisters didn't want to take it that work in the airline industries.
Nobody. A lot of people didn't want to take it. You know what I'm saying? It's like
force anybody taking it by way of mandate was wrong, and the Democrats and leftists and Biden were all up on that. That was their political.
Okay, and I mean, it's a pandemic. You got to do something, and he's going along with what the experts are saying.
No, listen. You know what it is? My point is that especially from the people that I knew, like the hood dudes, they were the most resilient about that fucking Vidax. Like they were the ones that didn't want to take it the most.
Okay.
But a lot of them were compelled because a lot of them are fucking broke. So what are they going to do? They're going to get another job? You can't do.
But I know all that.
That they remember the political party that was pushing all that, and they now see that Trump even recently is saying that the mandates are wrong. So I'd go with that.
Okay, he was been saying that from like day one, but like people fucking died. Like they had to do something.
The mandates are wrong.
Okay, they probably are wrong, but I'm saying it's a fact. It's a fact that people fucking died.
I know. Trump did something. He created the vaccine.
You know what I'm saying? And he didn't create the vaccine, but he didn't create the vaccine, dog.
Operation Warp Speed helped create the vaccine.
He didn't create that. He didn't even know how to put the dudes. And he actually took money away from the CDC.
No, Operation Warp Speed.
He actually took money away from the CDC before the pandemic came up.
But the CDC is useless. They're wrong too.
No.
They were wrong.
Look.
The CDC was wrong.
But look. No, they're not useless.
Were they wrong?
They're not. That's like saying the EPA is useless.
Was the CDC wrong regarding?
I don't know. I said I don't know. But what I'm saying is that you had to do something. You act like everybody's. You act like if you was in charge, you would have done everything right. You can't It's impossible to do everything fucking right.
But if I was
in charge, like you're holding on, and it is like you can't keep holding on to all these little instances and stuff like that. It literally was a pandemic. Thousands of people fucking died. Like People need to keep it. People need to keep in mind is like he's the one who defunded the CDC, which that helped that shit to get in because they didn't even have enough people to do the research. So right, they didn't have enough people to even. And then under him, he still allowed people to fly into the country from countries that were affected by the virus.
All right, but what about the people that they're letting in mass, like that might have all sorts of diseases that the leftists have allowed to come into the country in mass?
Okay, so I'm not see. This is a whole leftist shit. Like fuck that shit, dude. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. No. It does matter. It does matter because I'm gonna go back in the full swing. What I said earlier. Neither side is doing shit about it right now.
As what about?
They haven't done neither. It's been how many days? Hold up. It's been how many days since the border been like this? It's been how many days since they knew what was going to happen? It's been how many days since they've seen it, and neither side has done nothing.
So look, listen. If Trump says, "Listen, right now, in the immediate sense, once I get into office, I'm putting the National Guard, if they allow me, or military personnel on the border. That's going to be our day one mission. We're going to go into a domestic effort to stop flow coming in." He's stupid enough to do some shit like that. I'm totally with that. Whatever it takes, bro, like to have people not come in, fantastic. Whatever other measure he takes to stop these people from coming into New York City, it has to happen immediately. I don't care that Republicans are dropping them off into New York City. Eric Adams was stupid enough to say that New York was a sanctuary city when at that time New York was already going through a gentrification crisis with black people.
But he didn't know that these idiots was going to be shipping these dudes like that. He didn't know that.
It's all good. But he's saying that he wanted them to come into New York by way of being a sanctuary city. So you're pretty much inviting them.
No, that's no. But nobody knew it was going to be this many motherfuckers.
I'm not saying
nobody knew they was going to allow the governor of Texas to be shipping people out all like that.
But the governor of Texas had two choices: either keep him with me or send them elsewhere. If I got another Herb that's saying, "Listen, I'll take him," I'm gonna send him
what is the governor? What is the governor of Texas doing about the border crisis?
Well, when he tried to put the wires up, they took it down. When he tried to arrest people that came into the border, they told him that he had no jurisdiction.
Oh, so that's all he's doing. Okay, that's all they're doing, putting wire up. They're gonna get past the wire, like.
But if the federal agents are stopping you from putting wires up or stopping your offices,
that wire was not going to stop anybody. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's better than nothing, though.
It's not going to stop anybody. Okay, but it's still the fact that remains. You don't want to answer the question.
What's that question?
What the fuck is either side doing about it?
I know that one side is saying that they're not going to do that. They're being very vague about what they're going to do. And I know that Trump has been, since he's been in office and since he's been out of office, harping about the border. I'll go with the
No, that's wrong. They're doing nothing. The correct answer is nothing.
We might be a few days away from a
solution. No, running your mouth is not doing anything. Foul player, running your mouth is not doing anything. That's not.
But Trump has no option but to run his mouth. He has
he does. Now, if the dude has the option to tell people to not vote for something and they don't vote for it, he has the option to tell them, because everybody is hoping that they're gonna be able to get in under him, to put in an amendment to change that sentence in there to say, no, you can't come in.
And you think that the Democrats would have gone along with that?
No, it doesn't matter if the Democrats or anybody would have got along with it. And put in the fucking bill. No, you put in the bill so you can show work and not just lip service.
And then what? What if it shot down at the
Senate? Not everybody know. Not everybody know where it is, what time it is.
Yeah, but I don't think people are confused as to who's letting these people in mass, like politically.
Well, to me at this point they both are. Because ain't nobody doing nothing.
I think more and more people are making.
And if people can't see that, then if people can't see that, they don't know how bills are created and how bills are created.
Right, let me ask you something, Mike. Let me ask you something. You have only two options, and just name the option. Don't give me a long-winded answer. Who you think is more responsible for the migrant crisis that we're into in the last 8 years? If you had to pick conservatives or leftists,
I don't get into. I don't even know who those people. I don't get into it. I don't know the definition of them, and I don't care. And I don't care, and I never want to know.
Exactly, because you don't want to answer, bro. Democrats
No.
or Republicans? Who's more
Can I
responsible
even?
in the last 8 years?
It's probably the Democrats, but at the same time is
Bro.
stop. L-File player. You see how I can answer a question? And I can answer it truthfully.
Every question you put in front of me.
No, you haven't. You answer them, but you tiptoeing around them.
I'm going.
You have to. If you don't understand that these guys can't put in the bill, if you don't understand, dog, if you don't understand that the Republicans could have put in the bill to stop this shit, whether or not it passed or not, right? They could have at least put in the bill, but they didn't. They chose not to. Hell, the House and the Senate floor, chose which is ran by Republicans.
No, I don't think Senate is ran by Republicans, Michael.
Who's the chairman?
For the Senate Republicans or for
the Senate? Who's the Senate for? Who's the majority?
I don't know if they have it controlled currently, but I don't know for sure they didn't have control 2 years ago when the last elections were happening. I think I'm pretty much certain on that one.
And I'm pretty sure as a Republican. I know the House is Mike Johnson. That's a Republican.
Yeah. They got the House though. The Republicans do have the House.
So that's where it starts, right?
Yeah, that's where they make the bills, but then they got to get
passed. So that's where the bills start.
They got to get passed at the Senate level.
No, it doesn't matter. They could at least put the bill in to show work, to show the American people that this is the party that's willing to fix this shit, and this is the party that's not willing to fix it.
Trump, listen, like Michael, when Trump was still president, he actually had the same debate with Pelosi and Schumer. He said that he didn't want to put any bills into play because at that time he had the Congress. If he knew for sure, like that the Senate had the House, which the Senate did have the House at that time, and he didn't want to tell the congressional Republicans to sign off on any bills that were going to get shot down at the Senate level.
Thank you very much. Because thank you very much. No, because those bills, no, those bills.
Time.
No, you're not. You're not. They're already wasting fucking time. Do you hear what they talk about on the floor?
It would be wasting time.
It would not be a waste of time. No, man. See, that's that bullshit.
No,
that's that bullshit. There it is. That's that bullshit, dog.
No, you're bugging, bro. You don't know the process then.
No, I do. I watch C-SPAN all the time.
What's more effective, though? What's more effective for Biden, or for Senate Republicans to try to put a bill into play, hoping that it gets signed in Senate, or for Biden to say, "Listen, Mayorkas, put those border
you're not listening.
Migrants from coming in.
You're not listening. He can't stop them.
Yes, he could.
Mayorkas can't stop him.
Mayorkas, who runs the
he don't make the laws. He don't make his own regulations.
My brother, he could tell Border Patrol go back to
he cannot.
Years ago, catching people rather than processing people.
Yes, he cannot.
So what? So what does Border Patrol do normally?
They still have to follow what people tell them to do. He still has a boss.
What people?
When you said they created the bill that says remain, they don't have enough people. Then they don't even have enough facilities. They don't have enough facilities, and they don't have enough people.
We shouldn't have facilities to process people. We should have borders to stop people from coming in.
If they already came in, came over here, what do you got to do? You got to process them, get rid of them, right?
If it were up to me, I'd be getting rid of them.
But if they already crossed, you got to process and get rid of them, right?
But that after the fact, though, we shouldn't let them in the first place, Mike. Like,
I understand that. I understand that. But what you're saying is, see, this is what I'm talking about, man. You're talking about whether or not a bill gets passed. I'm not talking about the bill getting passed. I'm talking about showing work. You can't even show work. The bill is only going to be 2 pages. Stop. Let me finish. Let me finish.
The commander-in-chief at that point to direct his the person who oversees
man, you dude,
which is Mayorkas, to tell the Border Patrol agents to go back to what they were doing before, which was catching people at the border. Right now,
dude, I'm trying to tell you, you're not listening. You're not listening to nothing I'm saying. You go from this, then you go to whatever the guy's name is. What I'm saying is that whether or not the bill get passed or not, it doesn't matter if it's a waste of time or not. You have to at least try to do something to fix something. Now what you're doing is you already had the House on hostage for the last fucking 4 weeks. They ain't even did nothing. The Senate ain't did nothing in the last 4 weeks. It's going to almost a month. Hold up, stop.
Now
No,
we're going nowhere talking about this,
no,
though,
no.
Mike.
Yeah, exactly because I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why anybody would see what the problem is. Was what at least trying to fix something rather not or just take it to lip service. You
You
either
know
try
what?
to fix something or you don't.
Look. Let's move on because I don't want to get stuck in this one. Look, but what you're proposing is basically like if like you left your broad at home and you tell her I don't want no motherfuckers up in here, and she just lets a motherfucker up in there.
That
Like
is not the
that'd be
same
like telling the
analogy.
guy like if
That
somebody
is
was
not the same analogy.
hold
That is
on,
not.
that'd be like you complaining like yo like I let my broad in there like to my man's, and she just let him waltz right
That
in,
is
and
that is
your man's
dumb.
saying
That
yo
is
why don't
dumb.
you write hold on, and your man's telling you like yo why don't you write your shorty a letter. And then hopefully she'll get that letter in the mail, and then maybe like rather than like so what's more effective, like my shorty to read my letter
Dude, I'm not answering
and
that. I'm
take
not
my
answering that
suggestion,
question because it doesn't even go.
or for my shorty to like lock the door. The border is the door that the leftists have let open for migrants
No, that's not even the same,
into
dude.
black hoods.
That's not even the same. That's not even the same. It's not the same.
Tell me how it is. I'll go on mute.
I'm not going to tell you how it is. I already told you how it is. I already told you how it is. That's just what it is.
Help me out
You
here.
don't fucking.
I gotta
People don't
utilize
put
this
in
facility.
bills. People every time somebody put in the bill, every time somebody put in the bill on a house, they don't know if it's going to pass or not, but they try.
They do know if it's going to pass or not most times.
No, there's bills that get denied all the time.
If you have a majority or a decent majority, you pretty much know prior to putting a bill up if it's going to get passed at the congressional level. If you have a majority in the Senate, same thing. Like you
They put in bills all the time that get denied, man. Go and look.
Sometimes, but a lot but they ones of import where they're all in agreement, they pop it off. If they're not in agreement,
but that's the only. So you rather take lip service.
No, because Biden, what he could have done, and Kamala could have done, is to tell Mayorkas, listen, put these border patrol agents from processing immigrants in to stopping immigrants from coming in.
But that's what I'm saying is like if you know that the Republicans ain't going is doing this and then the third,
it has nothing to do with Republicans.
No, stop. You know what I'm saying? The Democrats know what's going on. They know that this is a problem. The Republicans know that this is a problem, but ain't nobody doing nothing. That's what we're gonna keep going into. I'm gonna keep saying the same shit because that is reckless. Those people that sit up there, they're supposed to be working for us. You see what I'm saying? And if they're not willing to do, and if they're not willing to do to protect the interests of Americans, you know what I'm saying? What are they there for? It's not that it's going to be a waste of time and all this stuff. If it's morally and ethically wrong to just sit back and say we're not gonna put nothing in until Trump gets in. It's gonna be the same House and the Senate, right?
It's 1 week. We're at the.
Who's gonna be the majority in the House and the Senate when Trump gets in?
Listen, all right, look, Michael. In terms of Kamala, she's been a candidate since July. Why ain't she say what she was gonna do in the border? Because nobody knows anything about this woman. Like she should be the one out here breaking down. I want to do boom, 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 boom.
Dude, we already know.
She's basically saying like, yo, if you don't vote for me, you're racist. Like that's the policy.
Oh God, man. See, that's the bullshit.
Michael, can you take over for a little while? I gotta use the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. They could do. You got to do something, man. It's morally and ethically wrong to just sit there and just use lip service to try to woo the American people, man. You know, if they could do something. I ain't trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that. The bill won't pass and all that shit. That's the easiest way to show American people who's really willing. What party is really willing to do something, and which party is willing to do nothing. You know. Then when Trump get in office, who's gonna be majority? What party's gonna be the majority in the Senate, and who's gonna be a majority in the House? It's probably gonna be the same shit.
I kind of don't think so. Like if Trump were to win like by a lot, I think he has a good chance of like bagging the Senate. I'm not sure.
But I'm just saying it's probably gonna be the same shit. And
No, maybe
You
not.
know,
No,
well, we
there's a
don't.
good
Well, okay, well, we don't know. So now we dealing with. That's why I said it maybe. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say it was. I said maybe. You saying the same thing, right?
well, like from like looking at like the races, like some of them are like close, like as far as like with the Senate and like what like a lot of them are like contention that weren't supposed to be. So there's a chance that if he bags like 2 seats at the Senate level, that they do take the Senate. I think Congress, I don't think they're going to lose seats like that. The Republicans, I think they're going to keep Congress too. So there's a good chance of what you're saying might happen, like Mike, as far as the president being and the having the House and the Senate like in the same party. And I think on it, like, you know, it'd be regardless of how you vote, I think it'd be a good thing to pop off because it'd be put up or shut up time. If we have a border crisis after that, Mike, you'd be more than welcome to come back and say, yo, certified player, you is a dick, bro. Like you was straight up.
No, I wouldn't do that. I would just be like, you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's like if it's a problem, they can fix it. Both sides is just fucking up. One side fucked up, and the other one don't want to fix it until Trump gets in. That's just the way I see it.
That's probably the case. You're
It
describing
ain't probably the case. That is what it is.
You're describing it accurately. You are describing it accurately. There was something else I wanted to discuss this evening, Mike. What do you think about these wars popping off?
They ain't wars.
Or these battles that, or these escalations.
They're conflicts, dude. Like these ain't wars. Like maybe with Russia and Ukraine, but that's been going on. They've been having problems. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be very dumb for Trump to get in and just hand over Ukraine. It'd be very stupid. Very stupid. Because he ain't gonna just stop at Ukraine. You see what I'm saying?
No, I think they want to bag Ukraine. I don't think they're gonna let them take all of Ukraine, but
no, they shouldn't take none of it because then you have to think about the BRICS, the whole BRICS thing, with all them other countries with Russia, they're forming their own group. So now
that's dangerous. Yeah, you're right.
So now people got to start thinking you know, wisely. The stuff in Israel, man, take that fuck all that. That's nothing. Israel could take care of all that shit. They don't need us to be giving them offensive weaponry. They make their own shit anyways, by the way.
No, but there's videos, a lot of videos now of them hitting civilian targets in mass.
They've been doing that.
The precision of a lot of the weaponry that you have today, there's almost no way, I think, in which you would hit that many civilians.
No, what I'm saying is they shouldn't be doing that shit anyways because
absolutely not. It's wrong. No, they're purposely hitting civilian targets. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they always saying like, oh, whoop de whoop whoop is over there. Okay, when somebody gets one of your IDF guys and a couple of civilians because your civilian guy is hiding with them, then all of a sudden it's a problem. But when Hamas and these other guys do it, it's y'all, everybody, it's apples and oranges. Whoever got the big stick, the loudest horn, the strongest ally. You know what I'm saying? Because
that country is because right when we started talking about that, I lost my view count. But that country specifically is kind of getting into a situation in which they're instigating on many fronts, like Yemen, Iran, Lebanon, and then, like I said earlier, like with the civilian targets, I know for sure that they've hit civilian targets in Lebanon. I know for sure in Gaza. I mean, everything in Gaza is a civilian target by and large. But then you have the fact that at the same time, recently, it seems like they're trying to go into battle with countries that aren't even close to their borders. So I mean, I've never been a big fund these people. I've never been in that crowd. Like, I think it's ridiculous that we finance every bit of their military capability when at times they spy on us. And what we're seeing currently is instigation. And I mean, and that's the thing too. Like Kamala today said that she wasn't stopping any Israel from defending itself. And Trump is a big time Israel pole rider too at times. But one thing that I do like that he said in terms of that though is he's actually checked them a few times. He said that he talked to the people that run Palestine and the people that run Israel, and that Israel, that Netanyahu, he called him out. He was like, that he's not interested in having peace. Like, and he said that the guy that run Palestine was like a grandfather. He was like extremely nice and reasonable. But he like, not that happens often from him. He's normally riding their pole. I'm not gonna front, which I don't agree with.
Well, because Trump doesn't talk in a political fashion. Like some people, they just don't tell all their fucking business out loud, especially about other world leaders. You know what I'm saying? And
but you hold him to task though, and he needs to be held to task if he's instigating so much.
No, held to task. You could do that without, saying stuff like that. You could just do it. You know what I'm saying? Do something.
Well, no, but normally politicians never speak about that man like negatively. You know who I'm talking about, the leader of that country.
Oh, I call him Nakihu.
Yeah,
Naki.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, to see, like, and I'm not saying that Trump does it often. Like, I'm not gonna.
You know what's crazy about him? You know what's crazy about Nakihu?
What?
If you rewind the tapes, a lot of senators, congressmen, women, they were saying he should step down.
Over there or here?
Here, years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, he's been supposed to been gone.
He has,
and they don't even bring this shit back up. Nobody talks about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's not
you
enough.
You can watch. There's a video even of Mitch McConnell saying,
"Yo, here in the Bronx, there's a young kid. He's Puerto Rican, but he looks black. His name is Richie Torres. I think he's a congressman.
All y'all motherfuckers black.
No, we are, bro. There is no black, bro. Black people are native of the Americas. That's what we gotta start calling them, bro. But
I'm not doing that. But I'm not.
Nah, that's what it is officially, bro. Ain't nobody here longer than on this land than black people, and I could prove that one if anybody wants to hold that one to task. But because you'd be debating in backwards, bro. All history is fake, bro. Black men have run the world in perpetuity, and they're scared that it might come back to that. That's why a lot of this shit is happening, from my theory. But there's a kid in the Bronx. I think his name is like Richie Torres. You may have seen him though. He's like a clean cut young cat, congressman, but he's mad woke. Every policy out of his mouth. But when it comes to that country and riding their pole, boy, Michael, you good at seeing somebody fucking stroking that country and Nasty Yahoo's pole more than my man right here from the Bronx, bro. And you think Bronx people give two shits about that country? Absolutely not. The people you represent couldn't give two shits, but that country gives a lot of money out strategically, and they work strategically. I envy these people, honestly. I wish we operated strategically and we could overcome anything.
What you have to think about it though is like, they don't have like a big land, right? So most of the people that so-called, the J word, they're from other countries. And this one thing I always say is like, if motherfuckers, so this is what it is. Black people do stick together, right? And a lot of people, when they do stick together, people don't see it. So when you see these fraternities and these Mason lodges and stuff like that, people do stick together. But the thing about it is,
whack too, bro. Yo, anybody in the fraternity,
they're not. No, hold up.
Shit, bro. None of those dudes are about a fucking.
Can I say something? No, some of them are
historic. They've been around forever, bro.
Stop. I'm not talking about. Stop. I'm not trying to get into that.
Are still in the same condition.
I'm not trying to get into that. What I'm saying is that they do serve a purpose for certain black people, right? But not the majority. You know what I'm saying? And if most people if most people in society that come from a way of life, they can just sit down together and pick somebody to go to City Hall, to go to get into the House, get into the Senate, somebody that can sit there and speak for them, then they'll be better well off. But time and time again, what we keep doing is we keep picking people that don't give a damn.
Hold
they
on,
rather take money.
I didn't mean to insult you if I did it. Like before.
No, you didn't. You didn't. You didn't. I just don't want to go down that road because it's pointless, because it's not what I was hitting at.
No, but I'm saying as a squad, like we don't have a collective amongst us that's like just straight up
Because
about us.
that's what I'm trying to tell
That's
you.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Is that people are too busy. So and this is what I said earlier today on my live. I mean, my live stream earlier today. That for some odd reason got 500 views, but my live stream before that only got like 15, which is weird.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, and today you had like 20 something like live
And,
views
and only one
simultaneously.
person commented.
Yeah, bro, that's just bullshit. No, there were a couple people commenting.
No,
But
there's
I
only
bet you I
one.
go back to that video of yours and it'll show like 20 views or something. Meanwhile, you had 28 like when I was watching the shit live.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but
yeah, bro, it's some bullshit, bro. No, because I
but
mean, and it's not like you're over here saying some conservative shit in your content, but like I think that the algorithm at some point, bro, if they even think that you're sniffing in that direction, bro, like they screw you in a sense. That's just my theory. That's my theory.
yeah, you know, it seemed like when you come on, and this is the reason why I keep hitting on that the lip service thing and action, because the people that people tend to gravitate to, right? Majority of the time are the people that give lip service with no action. You see what I'm saying? Majority of the time, that's who people are going to gravitate to. The people who talk the best, the people with the slick tongue.
Well,
Not the people with the action.
sometimes those like certain people are pushed in front of us though too, like Sharpton.
No, they're not. No, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like I was like I was talking about in my live stream earlier today. You know what I'm saying? Those people didn't earn your respect. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people out there didn't earn your respect. But everybody wants to give them respect and they ain't earned it.
Two things, Mike, real quick, is that one, like in New York, like the political sphere, that Richie Torres guy, as far as that country financing him, like there's evidence of that everywhere. Like with Sharpton specifically, he gets a lot of money from them people. But another thing too, that I wanted to mention, fucking damn, I just fucking forgot too, man. Like I'll remember. So, I'm sorry, Michael. Oh no, I think I now remember. As far as the people that they push in front of us, like that community, like a lot of times has like the I don't think this was the point, but I'll just say it as an aside, is that community a lot of times, especially here in New York, bro, like they control every like court, like, you know, the court system and whatnot, what you see on TV, but they'll like put like the people that they want, like I think I'm getting to the point, like too, that they want you to gravitate towards to, and of course like silence others that they don't. But oh, that's what I was gonna say, Michael, is that right now, bro, anybody who's speaking about it like for us, like at a political level, bro, I don't fuck with none of them dudes, bro, because like they're all sellouts, bro. At the end of the day, it's always us in addition to that community, us in addition to these people, us in addition to like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like politically, bro, like it's like a lot, nobody that's Latin, bro, like they don't speak for me by and large. I mean, I like I don't know. Most people don't speak for me like politically, bro. Like but in the leftist, bro, like there's nobody in those ranks, bro. Like, because it's gotten really bad recently, that I could say, all right, like there's even a little bit like that. I mean, I may agree with the minuscule bit, but a lot of these dudes that they be banging on the race like thing that are supposed to represent us, like whether that be in the entertainment world, I don't fuck with no entertainers, like as far as what they gotta say. Politically, I don't fuck with nobody that looks like us, like for the most part, like that beyond that race banging shit of what they got to say. I'm like, to me, bro, like it's not that it got played out, but these dudes, like, bro, they're the biggest sellouts, bro. Like, and we don't really have a natural evolving into like, all right, how's this person the one speaking for me right now? Because they all corny, bro. I know they don't resonate with you neither, Mike, in spite of the fact that we may not agree politically. But I know you don't think like, all right, this politician is like the shit, like, you know, it's like, you know what I'm saying, like, because they're all pretty trash, bro. Like,
Well,
But
like there's some entertainers. There's only one I know that's half decent when it that's cool when it comes to the political atmosphere. But
who that?
Q.
Yeah, I fuck. Well, you know what it is? No, I do fuck with what Cuba's saying politically. You know what it is? Like what I'm doing though, Mike, for myself. That's what I wanted to say. Is that I look at everybody as if they're compromised, and then I work from there. So in spite of the fact that I do love what Cube says politically because it resonates with me, but I also know that like that entertainers to get to where they are, they have to be compromised, like with the like Puffy
No,
situations.
I don't think all of them. I think it's easy for them to become compromised, and I think there's a lot of there's a few outstanding people out there, but there's a lot of people out there that done something.
I think to
You know
be
what I'm
part of
saying?
it, and this is politically too at times, that to be part of it, you got to be compromised.
No,
Or
I don't think so. I
to
don't think
me,
so because because I don't think that you have to be compromised, right?
that's just my theory. That's my theory.
I
Like
would I
I'm
would say
crazy
like
too.
maybe Snoop Dogg has been compromised one time. Um, but I don't think all of them have been. I don't think Beans has been compromised.
Yo, Mike, you know what's crazy? That's like I was telling my theory to somebody, and they were like, "Oh, you're bugging," and that was the first example they gave two beans.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, let's keep it a buck. I mean, the dude did his time and shut the fuck up.
No,
Like,
I'm not saying that these dudes that are compromised ain't real cats. Like these dudes will kill me. Like these dudes are and I'm not no pussy, bro. Like not by any stretch. But there's some of these dudes that are way realer as far as on some street shit or knuckling up. I'll give it up to them. But I think like to be part of that industry, they'll force you into doing some shit that you don't
nah,
want to do as your
nah,
compliment.
nah. Because I don't think.
And I got bad stories too, Mike.
I
Like
don't
people that,
think. I don't think the only way you could be forced to do something if you was drugged. Other
that's the
than that,
way.
you chose to do
Exactly.
it.
That's one way.
And
That's one way.
and I don't think and Beans is an example. Ghostface Killer is an example. Cube is an example.
What if they had a
Um,
party like this, Michael? Look, peep game. What if they had a party and it was like and you roll up in there, you're an entertainer, and then all of a sudden, like fucking without like you noticing, like for the most part, all the guests leave except 20 dudes and they beat the shit out of you and woo woo woo. Like you can't stop that shit, bro. And there's people that really think of shit like that and like put it into play. Um There's evil people out there, and like, are they in the entertainment and political world? You bet you, bro. Like fucking and but
no, but
I gotta
what I'm saying is I don't think everybody is compromised that reach stardom. I
they,
think,
they
but
they may not
I
be,
think
but
there's a lot that are.
yeah, they may not be, Mike. You're right, but I like the way I'm looking at things. Like moving on, is that everybody's compromised, and then I'll go from there. If you prove to me you're not like along your history and whatnot, then whatever. But I look at it like all these entertainers are full of shit. All of these entertainers are compromised, like just like like politicians are full of shit and likely compromised as well. And I work from that perspective, like like especially in 2024. Smell me, Michael?
I mean, I'm not. No, I'm not doing that because I'm not. I'm not going. I don't see it that way. I see the. I
No, I
see
don't
the.
recommend it for anybody
Yeah,
else. I'm crazy, bro. Like I'm saying that's how I'm doing it for myself.
yeah. I mean, because and going back to what we were saying was like Cube was a prime example of how like when he made the contract with Black America, like the pushback that he got from the black folks because Biden and Harris didn't have time to meet with him or just didn't want to meet with him, and then they want to have a video call with a whole bunch of other people in there when he wanted a one-on-one. And when Trump wanted to meet him, he met up with him and talked to him, and then Trump came out with the platinum plan, which derived which was snippets from Ice Cube's plan. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing about it was that people was so mad about the dude meeting up with him over Kamala and on her little telecom meeting with a whole bunch of people that just probably was going to give lip service. Back to the lip service, what I'm talking about. People got mad at him, and then look what happened. Look what they did to him. They got the black people to get on his ass. Get that shit up out of here. And a lot of the accounts online didn't even look like they were black.
It's true.
You know, which was crazy. And the thing about it is, I was trying to tell folks, like, first of all, like, this is what you have to do when you're trying to, this is called politics. It's not about you liking the person. It's about you stepping to the person and putting your pride aside for your fucking people. That's what it's about. You're trying to give somebody, you're trying to put some ideas to help out your people. It doesn't matter whether or not who's in power or you don't like the person. You're gonna have to talk to the person to get something happening. And that's just what it is. And people got upset. And that's the reason why we always in this thing. Because every time something happens to a black person, all the black people want to get on them. Oh, this and the third. Oh, that, Instead of sit there and be like, well, they're allegations, first of all. So why even speak on it? Second of all, if everybody's always constantly talking about us, why even bring light to it?
No, a lot of times we get into like thinking like, oh, we'll throw out something we'll throw out something good because it's not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I'll give you a prime example. Name the J word people. Do you see them going around here on bashing their people when they do something stupid?
Absolutely not.
All the time. The reason
is in house.
And there's a reason for that.
And listen, Mike, too, and what you're saying, as far as them, the biggest like liberal people are them. I mean, as far as as far as like the ones that have like the most liberal perspective, I was thinking about this today. Like Bernie Sanders, like is who they always say, oh well, he's left of the left. But then in the conservative community, yeah, you don't have maybe a top doggy that might be amongst that community, but the conservatives go above and beyond regarding blowing that community. So I mean, like they're represented as far as like the extreme right and the extreme left, which is crazy. Or like they're the ones that kind of like set the trend at times too. Like as far as like, all right, like this is how we're moving, whether behind the scenes or outright, you know what I'm saying? Like out and about.
But I'm just saying, it's like we can't even have the word woke. See what I'm saying? They gonna take that shit and make it into something fucked up. Woke ain't being fucking stupid, sleazy, a dumbass.
No. Well, the thing is that woke got fucked up when white people started touching it, bro. Like what?
You know what I'm saying? It's literally like your eyes are open because this shit, it like it's so fucked up. And this is the reason why I've been saying is like that's the reason why I'm not in agreements of like the whole social media thing, right? And everybody coming out here and giving their political views and stuff like that, because a lot of them be wrong as fuck, right? And they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah, he bombed. He wasn't that good, but you know, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Is this the world we live in? And if you don't have your eyes open, you always gonna get paid to fool. Especially on the internet. You see all that stuff that be going on that be fake? You see the community notes now?
Yeah. I mean, it's a break. Like that's why, and that's one of the reasons that I don't like censorship, because we got to train ourselves to be able to cipher through that stuff, which is harder and harder nowadays. Like a lot of the bullshit that we see online, bro. It's scary.
And just like the stimmies, Trump. What did Trump do for the stimmies? That was already that was he didn't create that. He didn't. It passed. It passed Congress.
Hold on though, Mike. Too in terms of the stimmy, because I wanted to make note of something that I see online. Like whenever they mention regarding like minorities defecting to Trump, they always mention the stimmies. Like that's like the principal motivator behind like the reasoning as to like,
it was Maxine Waters and Jeffries and a couple other people.
Possibly. I don't like the stimmies. What
No,
like? I mean,
it
how
ain't
much
no
did the stimmies
possibly.
say?
That's
Like
a
for is
fact.
it? Huh?
That's a fact. Ain't no possibly.
No, I mean, I don't know exactly. You might be right. I'm saying that you're right. Like
Ain't
for
no I might be right. I am right.
no, you're right. You're right. But what I'm saying is that like they'll attribute like politically, like oh, like these dudes like are voting for Trump because they think they're gonna get stimmies. Like a lot of people like that are voting for Trump, like among like the minority community, especially nowadays, are looking past like that sole issue, especially like it's not like they even mentioning that issue most times. A lot of these ignorant young cats, like you'll hear them like, oh yeah, Trump be fucking with the stimmies. But I've like talked to tons of like black and Spanish cats that were shitting on me a couple months ago politically and that are now breaking down like I don't fuck with this that regard, and they're saying terms just like I'm saying terms, or they're saying terms that fascists would say like leftist or um liberal lunatic shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like but and I never seen this shit up until recently, like as far as like in the hood,
Oh,
like where I
okay. I
live.
got a question for you. I got
What's
a
up?
question for you. Why do you think eggs, butter, milk cost so much? And when do you think it went up? The price went up.
Like when I started noticing they went up like significantly, Mike.
You notice the price go up during the pandemic,
It did, yeah. You're right. That
but
was like
why
the
is it so
first
high?
that during the pandemic. I mean, like they were brought
No,
like
no, I'm saying like why is it so high now?
I know it's way higher than the pandemic.
But why?
I don't know. I mean, like I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that the dollar doesn't yield as much as it has in the past. Like, I mean, right now we're beyond like the national debt. I think we're
But
trillions
but but
beyond
but
that.
eggs and milk are getting produced over here.
No, I know. But gas is way more expensive more here. The cost of doing business is a lot more in America than it
But why
was
is
in
gas expensive? So okay, so then why is gas expensive?
I don't. I mean, like you like historically, it usually has to do with like geopolitics, with the amount that is available to us here domestically. I mean, there's different variables, but the cost of business in general is going up. I mean, like you go to a lot of these restaurants too, and you'll see like in like Wendy's, like where you used to see like 8 people, sometimes you'll see like 4 or 5. I don't really have a rational like reason as to exactly why these things are happening, but it does seem like the cost of doing business is increasing, and the output that you see isn't as much as it was pre-pandemic. But I don't know exactly why. But the cost of fuel does screw us in the long term because you need gas to make everything, including electricity. And when gas
We
goes up,
have no shortage of oil.
we have a lot of oil, but we don't process it at the way we're doing now.
No, no,
And
no, no, no. Foul player. If you go and look up online how much barrels we have. Go
in
look
the
online.
strategic reserve, or as far as output.
Just go and look. Output all of it. What we produce.
I know, but the cost of doing anything
The
goes
dude.
up with the
So the
price of
dude
gas.
I was watching the house. No, they had a the Republican Judiciary Committee had the House, whatever, the Republican one of the subcommittees for the Republicans. They had a hearing on the Biden Harris administration a couple weeks ago, and one of the guys had to check the guy because and most of those people on there were Project 2024 writers or co-writers.
Hold on though. I'm like before you continue regarding the 2024. I for one am run and operate from the perspective that Product 2024 has nothing to do with Trump for the most part. I mean, absolutely, and Trump already said that he has nothing to do with it. But any association with 2024 and Trump, I think is a lot of the media has reached, and Product 2024 is a nothing burger.
Well, a lot of people who wrote chapters for the Project 2024 worked under Trump's administration.
A lot of people
And
that
some
work in the Trump's administration, he don't fuck with though too.
no. He ain't these dude, I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you. If you don't I'm telling you, these people who worked for him and these people that didn't get fired.
Like
You know what
who?
I'm saying? I don't know their names, but I
That shit
watched
is a
it.
nothing burger then, Mike. That shit like I'm more worried about like migrants and
Anyways, what I'm
2024.
saying is you can say whatever you want to, but I'm giving you a tidbit that these guys, there's at least 4 of them that I know that was getting questions, getting questions asked, uh getting asked questions by the House, by Republicans and Democrats. And one of the things that came up was oil, and they tried to blame the oil on the Biden and Harris administration. And come to find out, this guy checked them, and he basically said, "No, that's fucking wrong. We're producing the same amount of more oil than we did when Trump was in office. There's nothing out there that's even saying remotely why we're paying this much. There's no shortage of oil." So, and he basically said it like, "So what do you? Oh, that's a nice little cat. So why do you think the oil is this much? The price of gas is this much? There ain't no fucking reason, but they can."
It was cheaper under Trump, but people know that. I mean, like, and it's not solely like the oil relation as to why the economy, to me, is doing shitty. But I mean, like the prices that we're paying for everything, which I mean, partially is increasing because of the our oil costs going up. But I mean, what I do know for sure, man, is that like here in New York or like in my town, like people are suffocating. Like, and I'm not saying that to make things seem more dire under a Biden administration.
No, I'm just asking. I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying it's like there is no reason, but they keep equating to all this stuff to one side when it's these fucking companies.
In part, yes, but the regulations are the money killer, bro. Regulations will take you out, bro, as a business.
Dude. Yeah, but let me tell you something about these regulations, right? So I'm not gonna say, I'm gonna do some more research on that, but I'm pretty sure it was under him. But anyways, and Trump even alluded to it on the Joe Rogan podcast about the EPA and how you pay these motherfuckers off. The EPA is important. He took money away from the EPA when he was in office.
No, I'm saying that the regulations in terms of where we restrict ourselves from accessing
yeah, because a lot of those are environmentally questions
in
need to be
some
answered,
cases, yeah,
because when we have an oil spill in the fucking Gulf, you see what happens.
Yeah, but what about when Biden was okay with them bombing the fucking pipeline in Russian waters, which is the biggest environmental disaster in our history, bro? Like, but I rather our drilling be done here in America where we could control our standards rather than like have it drilled elsewhere and they have fuck all for standards and then sell it to us. Like, it makes no sense. I rather we do like all the drilling that we could here. I mean, as much as we need, like, to sell.
Well, that's where you come into the environmental shit. Because when you have an oil spill,
do it as clean as you as possible. Humanely.
There is no as clean as possible when it comes to drilling oil.
Yeah, but when we leave it to other countries to do it, they don't give two shits about
No, they do, because they fine us.
Who?
They do, because they fine us.
No, but South other America countries that are digging for coal like China or using coal like China, we can't really regulate them. So I rather like the industries that we sent to China to build us stuff, that we bring them back here and use our oil to power these things, to clean oil like that we refine here in America, rather than like refining it elsewhere where it's like crappy and they sell it to us. I mean, like, but I'm for like, and it's not, and to me, the oil thing is a big part of it because we use oil so much. But I think that we have a lot of other good things in this country that we could dig for, like precious metals, lithium, in the Carolinas.
Man, I wouldn't even do the lithium out here. I wouldn't do none of that.
Lithium is useless. I don't.
No,
like
what I would do is I just go to Africa, be like, listen here, y'all. We'll show you how to do it the right way, the clean way. Let's get some of this. Make a deal.
What we did was that the Chinese companies are the ones running the operations in Africa, and they could give two shits.
Oh, they're starting to kick them out.
They should. They should.
They're starting to get rid of them because the Chinese are taking advantage.
They are slavery. It's literally slavery,
and that's the reason why that them dudes in Niger and Burkina Faso kicked the motherfucking president out.
Yeah, Burkina Faso is on business. Not many countries in Africa, Uganda, Burkina Faso, a lot of these other dudes, bro.
But he couldn't have done it right if he didn't have an army.
Who, Burkina Faso?
Yeah, he couldn't have done it if he didn't have an army behind him.
Country, bro. Yo,
if he didn't have the army and the people behind him, he couldn't have done it because the French was gonna kill him.
No, that dynamic is changing in Africa. I don't know if you, and I know you like because you actually know.
Yeah, it is. Nigeria, they getting in with who is it? I think Niger and somebody else. They going after they starting to go after finally Boko Haram hard body, like you say. South Africa, they still trying to get rid of them colonizers and settlers. They're still doing their thing. They gonna get right down there eventually. But you gotta think, I keep trying to tell folks, man, a lot of these countries ain't even 100 years old.
No country in Africa is 100 years old for the most part, bro.
Exactly. They're not even
English names, bro. Like those dudes are a trip, bro. Like to me, I've never looked at them as an example that American black men should look for, towards, bro. Because those dudes are tripping, bro. And honestly, when African cats come here, like they don't lock up with for the most part. I mean, I know like a lot of Africans are very nice people. I'm not saying that, but there's a difference between which can't be denied, like between American black dudes and black dudes from abroad in general. But they the way their politics run in that country, even though I know it's ultra corrupted by Europe and outside entities, like the recent ones are China. But they're fucking herbs, bro, in those countries. Like they're you see white Jesus everywhere in Africa. They love white Jesus, bro. I think white Jesus is bigger in Africa than it is on any. I don't think. I know. White Jesus is humongous in Africa, but they let any fucking motherfucker subjugate their shit, bro. And they're mineral rich like we are. I mean, they're everything rich like we are. But as far as any of them holding down their own countries, since we've been kids, bro, they never popped it off like that. But they're just starting to now, like Burkina Faso.
I mean, Nigeria did, but they had the help of the British, and that's why Nigeria
is the worst example, bro.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Hold up. You know, Nigeria didn't used to be a whole bunch of tribes, right? And basically what I'm trying to hit at is they're starting to clean house too with their politicians.
They should.
They're starting to clean house with them, and because what they found out was this is what I was trying to tell my ex-wife, because she's from there. And I asked her, I was like, yo, why they don't never go after Boko Haram? She was like, I don't know. I was like, well, you're saying Boko Haram is in the north. And that's where and the Muslims who run the country, all of them from the north. That's their fucking cousins and shit. That's why.
Boko Haram got a lot of money though, man. And they're popping up.
Well, the money, but that's the thing. The money is not going to save them.
No, but it's like money, ideology, weaponry, like that stuff doesn't happen naturally, bro. Like that.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why you got to get rid of them.
Absolutely, they got to go, bro. It does nothing for Africa, like to have the Boko extremists of that ilk. But they got to start also giving the boot to these outside entities. You don't think that China could finance like a Boko Haram type group, like to cause chaos?
Well, see, that's called espionage, and a lot of these countries do espionage. You know, Israel does espionage a lot,
yeah,
and people think that they don't. There was a guy this year, ex-Israeli officer, which I talked about on my channel. He got caught running a IT company, spreading around fucking spyware on foreign politicians, American politicians, and shit like that.
They're the biggest spies, bro.
By way of his private IT company.
That country spies on Americans the more than any other country.
WhatsApp app was compromised by Israel and Chinese. So don't be talking about dumb shit on there. And that's what I'm trying to tell folks about TikTok. Like, people was like, oh, they're only doing that because of political shit. No, motherfucker. No, motherfucker. Y'all can have TikTok. But when you're a politician, huh?
Do you use TikTok?
No. But when you're a politician using a government phone, you're not supposed to have TikTok on a government issue phone. And what's wrong with that? You mean to tell me you're going to meetings and shit like that? You're going into buildings where private conversations might be going on, and you got TikTok on that phone. You know what can happen?
Nah, it's a dangerous world, bro. Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Michael, have you heard about or have you seen videos? This is a different subject. Have you seen videos in which they're using like drone warfare, basically, like the way they're doing it now in like Ukraine and whatnot, like where it's basically like a drone hitting a target?
Yeah, they have to.
It's crazy, bro.
That ain't crazy. That was shit that's been used for well longer than that, and people knew about it, but people didn't have the guts to really openly fucking do it all the time.
No, now I think is the standard where they're gonna start popping that off. Like as far as wars, it's gonna be a lot of it drones.
I mean, well, think about it. $50.
Yeah,
a $50 drone can carry enough explosive to kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? You buy a drone for, especially in Ukraine or something like that, where they don't have FCC, you know, the radio waves and all that stuff. They probably get like 3 miles out of the motherfuckers for about $300, $300, $400, $500, $600, cheaper than a goddamn bomb and a missile.
They're saying that the ones that they have now are like 20 feet in diameter, that they're like $1 million, and that they're fast as hell. Like they're like the speed of a missile.
Oh no, they're not using those. They using the ones like that are like
Ukraine. You mean in Ukraine?
Yeah, Ukraine.
No, I see what you're talking about too. But they're saying that they have like a weaponry, basically, that's like a drone that operates as if it were a missile. Now they could look like that a missile normally costs millions, whereas these drones are like $1 million or a little bit beyond.
You can literally make take a toy fighter jet with the real jet engine on it for $1,000.
What do you mean?
You ain't never seen them toy jets?
Oh, like the remote control joints?
Yeah, they got a real jet engine on it, gas powered.
It dips though. It's quick.
Yeah, look on YouTube. Quick? Probably about. I'm pretty sure about 150.
What? A remote control joint?
Yeah.
And how much you could buy it for a G?
I think so.
Wow.
Because you can get you could buy one. You could probably buy a donor, fix it, and then buy a motor for about $500.
Even a G's not unreasonable. A G's pretty good for if it goes above 50.
Dude, crazy, if you fly anything fucking low, none of those fucking radars is gonna catch it.
Yeah,
none of them. That's the reason why. That's the reason why they're using. That's the reason why. I believe they're using the ballistic missiles. Because if they use the other intercontinental ballistic missile, it has to reach the atmosphere then come straight down.
I've heard about that too, bro. Like I've never
and that
used that in action. Or
and that motherfucker costs too much money for one, but it costs too much money for one, and they ain't gonna put that much bang on it. You know what I'm saying?
But you seen that in action though? Like it comes this way?
It goes straight down.
But you seen it though, like in video or something?
Yeah, it's called an intercontinental ballistic missile.
So how they get it all the way up and then it comes down like when it gets its target this way?
It goes up to the atmosphere and goes straight down.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. I gotta see how much you think those run.
Probably like a couple mil.
It's probably a lot, bro, or even more. It's probably a lot.
And I'm thinking this is the reason why they don't want to use it because the amount of money it's going to cost. But those are extremely hard defend against because they're coming down so fucking fast.
Yeah, if it's this angle this way, I mean you're fighting against nothing, like, and it'll get on you quick from this angle.
And then you don't even have to use propulsion at some point because the Earth gravity.
Yeah, it's working with you. It kind of like it's aiding you in a sense.
Yeah. All you're doing is just staring it a little bit here and there. And if you ain't got no heat on that bad boy and no signal, they really can't really do nothing.
I heard of what you're saying, but that it's it's basically like a fucking piece of metal that they launch that's the size of a light
No,
bulb.
you got ones with the piece of metal, then you have ones that actually got bang in them.
No, and if you think about it too, even if it didn't have bang, like if it came down,
it's gonna make it's gonna make a mess.
Yeah, bro, that shit'll fuck some shit up, bro.
It'll make a mess.
If it were a brick from space, bro, that shit'll fuck some shit up.
It's gonna make a at least about 100-foot crater.
Oh, maybe, and then if it's coming at you with force, like you're saying, that shit'll fuck some shit up, bro. And it could fuck up a bunker, even, I think, bro. If it's going through like that, Michael, that shit is crazy, bro. And I heard they're like the size of a light pole. And
that's what I be trying to laugh at, folks, man. It's like, y'all better leave. Y'all better stop thinking that China and Russia is sweet. People need to stop thinking that these motherfuckers is sweet. Russia is not our fucking friend. I'm sorry. They is not. And
we have no friends, bro.
Yeah, we do. But I think you know, I treat Israel like let's say for instance your brother a dope fiend, right? Well, mine is. Well, I don't know if he's doing it right now, but
my brother got sentenced 3 years, bro. A couple days
ago. What?
When he was on drugs, yeah.
Yeah, mine. I think mine just got off, but he be acting like he back on the wagon.
Now, what was the example you were saying as far as like?
I'm gonna give you the example, right? This is how I look at Israel. Like, you know how it is when you got you got a dope fiend family member. You know, I got one. You know, whatever. You know how like there's times when they really do need money, right? And there's times where like they just need a fix. Like, man, can I borrow $30? They know you got it, right? They know you got it, and so you like, okay, he seems clean and all that stuff, so I give it to him, right? 2 days later, oh man, the homeless shelter, whoop whoop whoop, this and the third. I give it to him. The third time, I'm like, man, you on your own. At some point, like, if somebody's keep fucking up, even though y'all boys and shit, y'all can still be friends. And if y'all really friends or whatever, motherfuckers should have some understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was not my bitch, first of all. We are friends, but I can't help you every single time that you have a problem. Like, and then what makes it even worse, LFL player, is like these individuals always think like they can't do no wrong.
Absolutely, especially conservatives. Conservatives are the biggest ones that be dick riding. Oh, like our friends in Israel, like they're the worst ones.
Like they can't do no wrong. It's like you see it, like it's on fucking TV, like in 4K.
Perpetual victim, regardless of how many missiles are being launched. Like, it gotta stop. I if it were my choice, if the choice were between like continue to fund the micro or don't give them another penny, I would give them I think most people would say not to give them another penny.
You know what I would do? You know what I would do? I would say whatever I gotta say when I get in office. I'd be like, nah, motherfucker. I was like, look, I give y'all shit for the Iron Dome, but all the other shit, it's all on you. You're not gonna sit up over here and make us look like the fool. And if you say anything about me on TV or wherever the case may be, we won't give you nothing.
I wouldn't give them the fucking thing, bro. They got more than enough money. Their IT field, they're second in the world right now in IT. They could go fuck.
You know why? You know why? They second in the IT world.
We keep blessing them. We keep
no. Espionage. They stealing.
Absolutely. They position themselves in that fashion, like to be number one. Or they're gonna be number one, bro. They're gonna.
That's my 3 cents. I think that's the reason why they just be spying. It's like this.
You are right, Michael.
If everybody at Facebook and Twitter are Jewish, what do you think they'll fucking do to somebody's account if they don't like them?
Yeah.
What do you think they'll shut your shit down?
Mm-hmm.
They'll find some frivolous thing that you said and shut your shit down just so you lose some money for the month.
Do you think it's fucked up that at the end of the day, that when it comes to big time censorship decisions, if they're the ones operating a lot of these companies, then ultimately it could be debated that at the end of the day, they're the ones that mention, all right, this person gets censored, that one doesn't. Do you think that is fucked up that they're the ones that got the first person censored? I think the first person I remember being censored, there was two of them, black person and a white person. Because I was saying this before, that there's a ritual that they always pop off, in which they always got to pop things off by using a black and white person simultaneously. You remember the first, but I'm gonna give you my example. I want to see if you can guess it. Do you remember the first
get censored on what?
Like the first two big people that were censored, one black, one white.
Oh, I don't know.
You know, I know you know, but I don't know if you remember. It was Farrakhan and a guy whose initials are AJ. You remember that?
AJ.
That he talked about that school incident that happened and he got sued.
Oh yeah, he's a straight up idiot.
Yeah, but
he should have left that shit alone.
No, but that was the first evidence, and that was like when I was in Jersey City, like right before I met you, Michael. Like when I started seeing that they were gonna like try to like use that to try to silence people. But the thing is that some people like, and I remember Black Cats like, because like some people love Farrakhan, some don't in the community. But some of them were like, oh, fuck that dude, and like fuck the nation, and like, you know, but whatever. Like nobody was really up in arms in a sense. And like with the other guy, nobody likes him anyway. So nobody was up in arms when he got censored too. But I thought that we were going down a dark path at that point. And they used the brother though too. And that brother, I mean, I'm not saying that I agree with him either, like, because I don't like, and I don't agree with the nation. Like I think a lot of them are shady. But he does speak a lot about that community though, historically. I mean, it's not his central focus, but he has in the past, and I thought it was unfortunate that they censored any brother at that time. But I knew
it's funny though, because they chose, like, after all the shit he said about white people, is like all of a sudden he said about some, you know, I don't think half the motherfuckers over there is actually got a lick of Jewish blood in them. Got a lick of Abraham's blood in them, should I say?
Not one bit.
And you know, it's crazy because, you know, he said a lot of shit about everybody, like, and all of a sudden when he calls the Jewish people that are fucking up devils, it's a problem.
Hold on, what was it that got him booted from? Do you remember?
I think he called like the he wasn't calling all Jews devils. He was calling the specific ones that's like fucking up devils.
But it was around that time that he got censored, or no?
Yeah.
Oh, it was? Okay. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. They hit him up on so his nephew or somebody, I forget that little guy's name. He started putting out all the videos. But the thing about it is the final call, they always had their website with their stuff on it. Like, they didn't stop them from putting stuff out. It just stopped a little bit of their reach, huh?
I would never check that fucking website, bro. And I always have a lot of love for those dudes, bro. Like, one thing, I mean, even though I don't agree with them, but there's not a group more organized than them in the face of the planet. And like, they're well put together. I think I love seeing brothers like and sisters being well put together, and you know, even if I don't agree with their principles, but I've always shown them love. Like, you know,
I mean, I agree with some of them, not all of it. It's just probably like only one thing I don't agree with. But you know, it's like people also have to understand is like, you know, Farrakhan came from a time where, like, you know, it was fucked up for black folks. You know what I'm saying? It's like
it's always fucked up for black.
And he's not fucked up now. About back then it was like another ball game.
It might
You
be
know, in the
just as
50s,
bad now, bro,
in the
but it's getting worse
in the
now,
50s
Michael.
and the 60s.
I don't know, bro. The
What
condition we're living
are
in
you,
now, bro.
dude? Let me tell you something. And
I
black
want you to
folks ain't
come
got
to
the
New
right to
York,
vote.
bro.
When, dude, what?
I want you to come up here, bro. Like, especially recently. I've
No,
been
in
telling
the
you for a
50s and
minute.
60s in
No,
America
I'm telling you, yo.
overall. In America overall, you talking about New York. We talking about
No,
overall this
no,
country.
like this is my debate that we're more broke now than we were even back then.
No,
Hells yeah, bro.
no,
Yo, back then, if you go to the 60s and you look at our peoples, bro, like at least you see the cats in suits, extremely well spoken, fucking great shape. Yo, our people are worse than they are now than they ever were, bro.
no.
And the conditions too, though, because we're more broke than we were even back then, probably.
Who was still alive in the 60s?
Our grandparents, probably.
No, we
Oh, you
weren't.
mean like
No, we were
figures?
more together. Black folks was more together in the 50s and 60s than now.
Absolutely. That's why I'm saying we're doing worse now, bro. We're doing
Oh,
way
my
worse
bad.
now.
I was going to say, dude, what are you talking about?
No,
Oh,
but I know the racial aspect, and maybe you were alluding to that, like as far as like
that too.
that was worse
Dude, we were getting blasted
back then or now.
back then. Churches getting cut on fire, assassinations.
That should still be pop. That should still pops off now, bro.
What? MLK died in 68. Was assassinated in 68, 65, 68.
I believe so. Yeah, 69 maybe.
Um, um, I believe Malcolm X was assassinated in the 60s as well.
Yeah, it's still worse for us now, bro.
Nah, it was worse then.
I feel
Yo, there were spots. There were spots. Me and you couldn't go to, motherfucker. There
that's
was
true.
jobs.
I mean,
There was jobs that me and you couldn't go to. Hell, Trump's daddy wouldn't even rent to us back then.
nah, that's true. 100%. But I mean, like, I think maybe the conditions as far as outside entities like were more on some outright like hunt down type shit. But we're just as bad like as we are like but that may be the case. But I mean, I think a lot of that stuff. No, like
It was
look, peep game.
it was bad racial. It was bad racial, but we were together.
Absolutely.
But now we're not together, but it's not as bad as racial shit is not as bad as it was then. But we're not together.
But probably not. You're right. But when like the biggest problem in our community is apathy, bro. We don't give a shit about each other. In fact, when we do wrong, we actually laugh at each other. But
Not
like
well.
no,
Well,
but you know what? And you know what's crazy? Like, and this is like not on the same exact vein, but it kind of is, Mike. Like when I was young, like a lot of my peoples, when I was young, like my black friends, like, and mind you, bro, like my neighborhood has used to have like really nice looking Puerto Rican chicks, but there were a lot of my black friends that were like, yo, I only fuck with black bros, like, you know, like I only fuck with black women. You see that like still now. But I would see that a lot more now than back in the day. Like now, bro, like dudes be like, "Oh, I gotta fuck with I need to get me a Dominican broad or a Latin." They always mention Latin broads, like as being beautiful, and like I don't hear as many like dudes. Like like back then it would be like a statement, like I only fuck with like my women. You know what I'm saying? Like I only fuck with black women. Like now I see more of a statement of like I want to fuck with anything, with the exception of my woman, like my women.
I
That's
mean,
from what I see.
I don't see a lot of that, but yeah, you know what I'm
And the
saying?
women ain't helping. The women are work like the women are more separatist than the men are by
Not,
far, especially lately. They hate us.
nah,
A lot of them do. They
nah.
talk
Like,
about us like worse than
I
they
mean,
have.
I don't. But that's the thing is like what people say and what people do has always been two different things. You know, a lot of these cats, like especially when it comes to social media, they just saying this shit to try to get to somewhere. They don't. They and their lies is fucked up.
No, I'm not
Somebody,
saying that this is happening because of how do you call it? Like fucking genetic predisposition. Honestly, these things that are happening, like are like the way that our people are apathetic at times, is because outside entities most times invest that we carry on in that fashion. Like nobody like black runs anything at a corporate level, hip hop and music at all. Some like
Well, they
white
tried, but Jay-Z fucked that up.
somewhat, but even then though that was a play they were trying to make. But at the end of the day, for whatever whoever picked for like rap to turn as ignorant as it did now, I'm 100% certain wasn't a black guy and some executive office. It was probably some Jewish cat that was like, all right,
It is.
It is absolutely. So we like at the end of the day, like that, like the way they're representing us now isn't even realistic, bro. Like there's most dudes that are like, yo, I don't even fuck with rap because of this shit. I don't fuck with these young kids like at all, like and like I think we're turning into that. We're at a point, bro. Like I'm not saying that our people are genetically disposed in any fashion, but I think right now our people are at its worst, and it could only get better. And we're at the precipice of when things are gonna start better, bro. Like this whole world is gonna change, bro. I'm telling you, and it's gonna start here in this country. You may not think so, bro, but
well, I think it's gonna start in. I think there's another spot that has a good running up for change, and it's Burkina Faso as well.
Yeah, but they're over there, Mike. You over here, bro. This
no,
is
I'm just saying, like you said. I'm just saying, it's like I'm talking about the whole world because when you look at when you, this is just me, and I keep trying to tell people this. As it's just not the black people in America that's affected, it's the black people all around the world affected by the same fucking shit. You see what I'm saying? And people think that shitting on Puerto Rico, Haiti, Jamaica, Barbados, Antigua, countries in Africa, and going back and forth with them, who's the blackest or whatever the case may be, is the most stupid and ignorantest thing I ever heard in my motherfucking life. Because we all out here raggedy, and it seemed like it's the same motherfuckers that's got us out here like this. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these motherfuckers don't want to fucking take heed to the warnings or whatever. But if we could all get together, even for just one moment, what the fuck is anybody gonna do? You see what I'm saying? Because that's just basically like if you're an American person and you Jewish, you can get an Israeli passport, right? I'm not lying. I'm dead ass, right? But
yeah.
But where we gonna go? Ghana? I think Guyana is the only one, right? And that's the reason why I laugh at that shit, because it's like once motherfuckers, I don't give a fuck where it's at. It could be all of us around the world, just here, even for one fucking split second, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I just hope, like,
I look at it from the perspective, Mike, that what you're speaking of, like where people do get together, it's inevitable that it's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen in our lifetime, dog. Like when I speak, I don't speak from the perspective like we ain't shit. Like I know how my peoples get down, bro. Like I used to not give our people enough credit, bro. But everybody jacks the black man of this nation, bro. Like you name it, bro. Like everybody jacks the black man of this nation. They always try to copy the black man of this nation.
Yeah.
But they always try to put down and make it seem like we on some victim shit, bro. I've seen black dudes walk into a break room at my job and say like, "Oh, y'all racist motherfuckers, woo woo woo," and none of y'all niggas are gonna do shit. Like, and nobody gets up because they know what's up, bro. They know he'll probably beat the shit out of everybody in the room. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen stuff like that play out. I've seen dudes that will hold the block down, and you can't take that shit from them over decades. Families of cats. Like when we put our minds to it. Like we get shit done, but the apathy that we got going on right now, bro, that shit gets in the way of everything. But it's not gonna stand no more, bro. To me, bro, I look at it like, yo, everything bailed out to bring us to this moment right now, and our people, pretty soon, we're gonna get to a real different way of thinking.
Oh man, it's gonna be a wrap, man. Because only reason why I'm saying that is, man, because like the dynamic of everything is gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? It's like all the way down to like from sports all the way to the hospital. Like Fortune 500 company, all the way around, because people are gonna be shaking in their boots, man, because you're not gonna be
Nah,
able
they
to.
won't, bro. Honestly, I think they won't, Michael. If they already jack you, and like right now we're at our worst. Imagine when we do come on top, and like they're gonna jack you no matter what. But the world has become unmoored because we probably walked away from the fact that we were a way different people that predated slavery, even in this country. That's my theory. And I like honestly, I get around like this country a lot, even in Florida. Like I could point you to the direction of some historic shit that's an hour and a half away. That's here in Florida. That's from 1140, a monastery. How the fuck they built a monastery in Florida in 1140? And that shit is not no bullshit. It's like made of fucking marble and concrete. And this country got supposedly discovered in 1492. These people are full of shit. Like Europe, what like supposedly like drove out the Moors in 1492, and these dudes the same year discovered fucking America like while they were fighting off the Moors. That's a bunch of bull. I don't believe anything with history, and I gotta start working from that perspective. And I say that to say that if that's the case, at some point, like we were probably holding down this country as well, and like fucking everything we know about history in relation to this country is probably a bunch of bullshit meant to mislead us. And we're going right, like we're getting back to where we need to be, which is
Yeah,
non-dependent.
yeah. But hey, man, I gotta go.
Yo, me too, Michael. Much love, my brother. Yo,
No,
next time I'm gonna tell you prior to, like that way we could cook together, my brother.
yeah, just hit me up
You know,
like sometime after 6. Yeah, I want to make another sandwich and watch some TV.
what kind of sandwich was it, bro? You ain't even tell me.
Oh man, I'll be like, I try to buy the that Boar's Head shit, man. I'm weary about it now, man. With all them, keep having these fucking outbreaks. So I got the what is it called? The Palestinian sauce salami.
What is that?
It's not. It's that's what it say on the damn thing. Palestinian salami. Bought it from the store. It's all right. I mean, this one salami. I like the salami with the big pieces of black pepper in it.
That when I used to eat pork, yeah, that's how I used to like my shit.
Yeah, I can't find it. The Boar's Head is just around the outsides, but I don't want to get in. I don't want to do it, man. Oh man, you see the lines at McDonald's still?
For what?
Motherfuckers is getting sick and shit. Motherfuckers still eat that McDonald's.
Oh, for the quarter pounder or some shit? I saw that.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck no. Hell no. Shouldn't even be eating that shit anyways.
Nah, I know, man. And the thing is too, I don't even fuck with fast food, bro. But there's some days that I like today. I was thinking about eating a fucking Wendy's, and I don't even fuck with Wendy's, bro.
I mean, sometimes you gotta eat when you gotta eat, man. But Wendy's, he's hitting meats with their patties. Most of the time, their patties is too dry.
I like dry patties, bro.
Damn, bro, that don't sound right.
No, I like the dry. I like my the burger patties to be more solid. We have different palates, so nah, that's what's up, yo, Mike. Good looking out for coming through, my brother. Like,
right on. Hit me up, bro.
I will, bro. And look, anybody listening to it after the fact, bro, like this is my dogs. Like we ain't get no fucking butt hurt, or like this dude ain't call me racist, or I ain't call him no fucking idiot. This still my brother at the end of the day, and we don't agree politically 100%, but you know, at the end of the day, like fucking he's still my dogs. You know what I'm saying? And he feels the same way about me, I'm sure. Fucking but you could not agree politically or with anything and not be a little bitch and stop talking to each other after the fact. You smell me?
No, that's what people do, man.
Yeah, we need to talk a lot more. And I am Troel is still a pussy. This has nothing to do with Michael Jackson. I am Troel is a bitch ass dude, fucking scared of me, avoiding me for a better part of like 2 years. You know what's up, bro? You stay scared, you political bitch, bro. You like fucking nah, and it has nothing to do with the politics. He's just a lying ass dude, and I gotta start airing him out like out of boredom sometimes too. But Michael, thank you very much, bro. Have a good night. Fucking have a good
right
night.
On. Right on. All right. Peace.